outside, but you're not the only one who's shivering. Slip on your down jacket and hang out a while, 'cause when I come back, I'll tell you how to rescue your car from the cold.
O'Reilly. When your battery goes dead, everything can come to a stop. Don't take a chance on getting stranded. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and get your battery tested free of charge. If your battery does need to be replaced, O'Reilly Auto Parts can help you find the exact Superstart battery that fits your car or truck at a guaranteed low price. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If the dropping mercury has your vehicle frozen and your temper boiling, keep your cool by keeping cold. COLD. C. Before your morning coffee, check your vehicle. Window frost and ice door locks mean more time getting ready to go, so start early. O. Open frozen doors by heating with a hairdryer or use de-icer on the lock. L. Lights are important, so brush snow from both front and rear lights. D. Defrost the windows and warm the interior, but after you start the engine, back your vehicle out of the garage. Carbon monoxide fumes could really put a chill on your day. I'm Bobby Likas. Like us, you'll love us.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. Look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Hamilton the Pug, Instagram star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open, don't speak with your mouth full, keep your elbows off the table. Share your things, play nice, and generally treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Bobby Likas with today's Car Clinic Minute. Baby, it's cold outside, but you're not the only one who's shivering. Slip on your down jacket and hang out a while, 'cause when I come back, I'll tell you how to rescue your car from the cold.
O'Reilly.
When your battery goes dead, everything can come to a stop. Don't take a chance on getting stranded. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and get your battery tested free of charge. If your battery does need to be replaced, O'Reilly Auto Parts can help you find the exact Superstart battery that fits your car or truck at a guaranteed low price. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better prices every day.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
If the dropping mercury has your vehicle frozen and your temper boiling...
You're listening to the Heartland Newsfeed Radio Network. Live at heartlandnewsfeed.com.
This stream is supported by advertisers and contributions by you.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for Liberty news and activist updates. Produced in partnership with the SNLS Network and listeners like you. Online at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow with your latest edition of the Liberty Beat. Gold is trading at $1,675. Silver at $17.35. And at reasonable prices with excellent customer service. Brave Botanicals is activist-owned and mission-driven. The Liberty Beat and Brave Botanicals believe so strongly in the power of Kratom, we're giving it away for free. Just go to libertybeat.news/free Kratom. This is the Liberty Beat at snlsnetwork.com. In the news, Operation Palladium has begun. Hundreds of agents from Immigration and Customs Enforcement have entered New York and other sanctuary cities in a fresh attempt to round up undocumented immigrants. Mid-Press News reports the directive, according to officials, is simple. Arrest as many undocumented immigrants as possible and flood the streets with officers. Beginning a 24/7 surveillance and detention program, ICE leadership has requested over 500 special agents who normally work fighting trafficking and organized crime to bolster the agency's numbers. That follows an earlier decision to deploy immigration SWAT teams to round up undocumented immigrants in sanctuary cities. New York Times reporter Annie Carrill shared a viral image taken through a peephole of a Bronx apartment, showing an ICE agent brandishing an assault weapon and demanding to enter. Carrill claims that the officers were going door to door, threatening to force their way in, and residents said they did not present a warrant, both breaches of the law. Ever wonder where we find all the news to report right here on the Liberty Beat? Visit snls.news to get the world's most censored media published all in one place. Save yourself from the endless time spent searching for reliable alternative media. SNLS News makes it quick and easy. No ads, no clickbait, just raw headlines, 24 hours a day. Visit snls.news and get informed today without the corporate media spin. Your news now continues. News of the coronavirus and the resulting potentially deadly disease spreading throughout the United States and across the world continues to develop rapidly. The Mind Unleashed reports that according to a map managed by Johns Hopkins, there are now over 101,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and nearly 3,500 deaths worldwide. The CDC, meanwhile, is reportedly refusing to test a nurse with symptoms that volunteered to assist with COVID-19 patients at a California hospital. According to a letter posted on Twitter by Dr. Eric Feigl-Ding, the CDC claims that she cannot be tested because she was properly protected during her time volunteering. Meanwhile, Dr. Feigl-Ding said that 22 million Californians are now eligible for free medically necessary COVID-19 testing. However, there may still be a discrepancy when it comes to deciding which situations warrant testing and which ones don't. As coronavirus panic hits the United States, a financial lobbying group is attempting to use the crisis to push through the deregulation of its industry. Mid-Press News reports the Bank Policy Institute, a Washington-based lobbying organization representing many of the nation's largest banks, released a set of proposals this week, the most important of which recommends that the Federal Reserve lower capital requirements to zero. That would mean banks could lend an unlimited amount without having any assets or wealth to back it up. It also advocated relaxing the so-called stress tests that force banks to show that they can withstand economic shocks. This, it claims, would help America fight the COVID-19 virus. The report's lead author was BPI CEO Greg Baer, former managing director of J.P. Morgan Chase. Support for the Liberty Beat is brought to you by the Homestead Guru. The Homestead Guru is an educational website offering tips, tools, news, stories, and commentary on everything homesteading. Topics include green homes, gardening, animal husbandry, do-it-yourself, home remedies, alternative energy, survivalism, unschooling, and more. Those details are found online at thehomestead.guru. This is the Liberty Beat, powered by the SNLS Network at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow, reporting for the Liberty Beat, reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
Closest friends.
Man, these guys are like brothers to me. I don't know what I'd do without them.
The chemically dependent man who can reportedly always count on his friends to look the other way, facilitate belligerent behavior, and encourage his self-destructive impulses, informed reporters that the members of his tight-knit circle are, quote, the best buddies a guy could ask for.
Can you just shut the f*** up? Seriously. Just shut the f*** up. I lost them. Back then. Keep going. What the f*** are you looking at? I love you, man. I love you.
Check this week's Onion Review for further developments.
I love you. Oh, God, I love everybody.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
Oh my God, it is Free Talk Live, and I just have to say before I even say anything else, it appears the world has gone bonkers, man. The world's just shifted
crazy.
into I imagined at some point in my lifetime I might wake up into a semi-dystopian type of an environment, and it appears that has happened since
they're building the police state right now.
855 450 free. That's 855 450-3733 is our toll-free number. This is the live Monday night edition of Free Talk Live, where we'll take your calls and your thoughts on almost anything. And tonight, I am your host, the Reverend Captain Kickass, and joining me is...
It's Ian.
And nobody, the future governor of New Hampshire, in the house tonight. We'll get his thoughts on some things going on. Specifically, the current governor of New Hampshire has ordered that restaurants, bars shift to a delivery and takeout only business model.
What a shame. You know, I did expect better from this particular governor on this, and I have been proven wrong. He didn't even hold out. I think he was within the first 5 or 10 governors to issue a similar order like this.
Yeah.
So, since...
What was his authority? Does he claim...
It's an executive order, whatever that is.
Yeah, what's an executive order? That's not a thing, is it?
I think it's a thing with states.
It is
they can
an
just
order.
Decree things. I don't know.
I don't know
what the legality of them are.
I haven't seen anything in the state constitution about it. I have read the state constitution. I don't remember seeing any such authority laid out.
We'll get a little bit into that, but I just wanted to cover the timeline real quick. So since Saturday night, when I was last in one of these chairs here at the Free Talk Live studio where we broadcast this program,
2
Free
nights
Talk
ago.
Live. Yeah, 7 nights a week we do this show with rotating hosts and whatnot. But since Saturday night,
the hosts don't really rotate that much. We all stay facing in the same direction.
Oh, when you're not looking, I tend to do the spin around thing in this chair.
Oh, okay.
It's
See,
fun.
I don't even watch.
I even go wee and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fun. But since Saturday, the entire state of Washington has implemented this exact same thing: statewide shutdown of restaurants, bars, limit size of gatherings, etc. That happened, and I'm way more than familiar with that because I most recently lived in Seattle before relocating to New Hampshire. That happened, and then a little later...
So wait, sorry, was that just Seattle or the whole state of Washington?
That's the whole state of Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole state of Washington.
So I guess what states don't have these restaurant restrictions at this point?
Oh, I don't know.
That's really the relevant question.
I don't know, but I can tell you that Canada apparently is closed, except for the exception is for U.S. citizens. So they've closed their borders. Nobody that's a Canadian citizen or nobody that's not a Canadian citizen or a U.S. citizen may enter Canada, apparently. That happened. I just happened upon that earlier this morning. A little while later, I happened upon an article about a Nashville bar refusing to close amid coronavirus concerns, and the owner of that bar just happens to be...
This is heroic.
Kid Rock.
It doesn't sound like it from the way the article reads. It sounds like Kid Rock licensed his name to this person. The way the story I read was like the owner of Kid Rock's bar, which isn't the same thing as Kid Rock, who owns this bar. It's some other guy.
Guess it is worded incredibly strangely. It says the owner of Kid Rock's Big Ass Honky Tonk Rock and Roll Steakhouse. That's the entire name. Kid Rock's Big Ass Honky Tonk Rock and Roll Steakhouse in Nashville said he is refusing to follow Mayor John Cooper's plan to shut down all bars in the city's tourist hotspot, Lower Broadway, during the coronavirus pandemic. So that happened. And then, of course, just minutes before I was preparing to come to the studio tonight, this popped up in my feed, and that's the governor of New Hampshire orders New Hampshire restaurants and bars to shift to delivery takeout only, effective apparently midnight tonight for some reason. I don't understand how anybody can do that, right? Okay, I'm in government. I hereby order your business to only operate within these narrow parameters.
That is an interesting question, right? So, like, there is the legal question of what is an executive order as far as even within their system and their stupid rules and all that. Is it a strong suggestion, or is it backed by the violence of the state? Meaning, will they send men with guns against a group of people who decide they want to get together and give free hugs to one another in the park or something like that?
And if so, what are they going to charge these people with? I mean, you have to have an RSA.
Disorderly conduct. They'll come up with something. You know how they do that.
Maybe
they'll come up with something.
I don't think it fits disorderly conduct.
They'll like tell you to disperse, and then if you don't, it'll be trespassing or something like that. They'll cook something up.
Yeah, it's one of those days where I don't know what to start with. I don't know which direction to take all of this. Everything has happened very quickly since Saturday.
Yeah, I want to start with New Hampshire. I mean, just because that's where we're at. This is the place where I had said actually in the Forkfest group the other day when Massachusetts passed a 25-person meeting restriction.
Right.
Including retailers, by the way. So with the exception of grocery stores, the rule is supposedly you cannot have more than 25 people in your store at any given time. So even though they're unrelated, just customers shopping or whatever. And I presume that also includes the employees, so I don't know what that's going to do to mega retailers. But regardless, so I said I would be willing to do that, not in Massachusetts to violate that provision, but in New Hampshire, certainly. So it's out there. I don't know under what circumstances it should happen. I don't know if people want to gather in the governor's little room that he has there in the state house, his offices.
And Washington State, just to,
in Central Square in Keene.
Just to compare it to something else, Washington State, and I don't know if it's actually gone on, but from what I read, they were considering banning gatherings of more than 10 people. And the first thing
Trump is recommending that now.
The first thing that came to my mind is, what if you have a large family? What if you have 8 kids?
Sorry, break it up.
Can you cook out with your family in your backyard? Is that a gathering of 10 people? Who decides these things? It is insane.
Yeah, no, I noticed that I believe that what I saw before I came in was that the order in New Hampshire was referred to scheduled public gatherings. So if you don't
schedule it, you can have a large gathering?
Yeah.
Flash mob.
You could do that.
I would love to see a flash mob violate one of these things, right?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, Forkfest is still on because there's no one who can cancel it.
Can't be canceled
unless the campground guy actually shuts his entire campground down.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's prime time business season for him.
It sure
too,
is,
right?
There's July. A lot of people who are going to be out of business, and a lot of people who are going to be out of a job as a result of this.
The layoffs
this is crazy.
The layoffs have already happened.
Yeah.
Any of the tech companies, a lot of these tech companies, particularly if they're funded with either startup money, venture capital, or private capital, they will follow the trends of the market. And as soon as the market crashes, like it just did, they automatically go through this thing where they begin laying people off because labor is your largest cost. And I can say for a fact that this has already happened to tech companies in the Seattle area. Folks have lost their jobs. Service industry workers have lost their jobs because with the closing of these restaurants, they're like, I got no reason to pay you. We're not going to be selling anything. Our doors aren't going to be open. We're not going to have any customers. So sorry.
Yeah, I was working for a startup when 9/11 happened.
Yep.
And we had, the day before 9/11, we had negotiated a new round of venture funding. And 9/12, they called us up and they were just like, yeah, we're not going to do that. And as a result of which they laid off every programmer they had except me. So I was their last guy, and I was not happy about it.
Yeah, I wonder what's going to happen. I wonder what the financial ramifications are going to be. The economy has been arguably teetering for decades now, right? It's a very fragile structure. And to have all of this occur, as well as the Federal Reserve inject trillions of dollars, $1.5 trillion, we'll see where that takes us. More coming up. This is Free Talk Live.
Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. Local.bitcoin.com.
I can definitely say that I have found the best cryptocurrency wallet. Certainly the best named one. I'm Mark Edge, and I love the Edge wallet. I've been using it for the last few months. You can buy, sell, trade, and hold your cryptocurrency securely. I trust my holdings of all the major cryptocurrencies to Edge wallet, and you should too. No long phrases to memorize, just a username and password. Secure your freedom with Edge wallet. Get it now on Apple or Android in the App Store or at edge.app. Do you want to work from home, get paid, and forward Liberty all at the same time? Free Talk Live is looking for account executives and appointment setters. If you've got a phone, a computer, internet connectivity, initiative, and a belief in the non-aggression principle, you're qualified. Earn up to $85,000 a year full-time, $25,000 a year part-time. Set your own hours, work from home, spread freedom. Join our team and work with one of the biggest leaders in the Liberty movement. Apply now at sales.freetalklive.com. Sales.freetalklive.com. The next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to send, earn, spend, and exchange digital money in seconds. Send money around the globe with only a swipe. Instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with crypto. Multi-tiered masternodes allow everyone to partake in the network. Visit DivvyProject.org. DivvyProject.org.
Free Talk Live.
They have to pass a law that all the guns that are currently there have to disappear in a puff of smoke. That's what they have to do.
Oh, wait, you mean the bad guys won't actually give up their firearms when the authorities come around to confiscate them?
It doesn't really matter that they won't give up their firearms because we're going to pass a law.
Oh, because we pass a law, they'll just all disappear.
Right, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Man, it's just amazing how powerful laws are.
Yes.
How just
laws aren't a bunch of dumb crap written on paper. They actually do something. It's really, really stupid.
What will be stupid is if they vote for it.
Yeah, if
take our guns.
You know, these criminals with the guns are going to kill people.
Yeah, they already are, apparently.
And if you don't have a weapon of your own, you're just as good as dead. Once the laws go into effect, that there shouldn't be any weapons anymore because then they know that the good people don't have weapons.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
What if you want to hear the latest episode of Free Talk Live, but all you have is your phone, you forgot to download our archive, and you have no data connection? You can call our Listen line at 641-793-0191. That's a long-distance number, so you may incur charges. If not, listen as long as you want. 641-793-0191. The Free Talk Live Listen line, 641-793-0191.
Do you want more businesses accepting Bitcoin Cash and Dash? Now with AnyPay, you earn passive income for every purchase at those businesses. Finally, a financial incentive to spread Bitcoin Cash and Dash. You made it happen, so you receive the rewards. Download the AnyPay Cash Register app and add your cryptocurrency wallet addresses. Then install it at a real-life business and tell us what you did at AnyPayInc.com. AnyPayInc.com.
Join the LRN.FM Discord for live chat 24/7 at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
Yes, you're in the right place. for the Monday night edition of Free Talk Live. Our toll-free number here is 855-450-3733. That's 855-450-FREE as in freedom. We, the news just keeps breaking. We've been talking a little bit about the timeline since Saturday of the craziness and the shutdowns that are happening. The governments are ordering people to do things in an unprecedented speed and pace. And just now, this came across as coronavirus spreads, 6 Bay Area counties are ordered to shelter in place. That's San Francisco, California, folks. Shelter in place is a pretty extreme thing. We'll talk more about that in just a minute.
Yeah, now's a good time, Captain, and everybody else to really start taking cryptocurrency seriously. Especially if you're somebody who is actually taking this thing seriously. I'm personally not taking it that seriously, this whole coronavirus scare, but a lot of people are, and so maybe you want a form of money that you can use without having to touch somebody else and transfer around pieces of paper like the olden days. This is a good time to encourage people to make that switch to cryptocurrency like Bitcoin. You can go to bitcoin.com to learn more about Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash and cryptocurrency in general there at bitcoin.com.
Yeah, I agree. I've taken cryptocurrency pretty seriously myself because of my personal philosophies and my desire to live as a principled human. And, I, as a technology guy, I've worked in technology. I'm a technology enthusiast. I can see the benefits of it. And I can see how, money with features definitely replaces money without features. So I am all for that. And perhaps with the Federal Reserve announcing they're injecting $1.5 trillion into the economy, thereby diluting the already weak power of your purchasing dollar, and an additional $700 million in what they call quantitative easing, which is just another fancy way of saying they're injecting more money into the economy, thereby diluting your purchasing dollar even further. But I repeat myself, cryptocurrency seems to be, at least for the moment, a safe haven, and one that is outside of the control of governments.
That's the key.
Around the globe.
Yeah, that's the key. And something else that I've been talking recently with some of the people in the crypto world is the stable coins as an alternative solution to actually having bank accounts. Because whenever you have your dollars in a bank account, you are always subject to having that confiscated.
Right.
Whether it be some government agency or the bank itself that wants to snatch the money for whatever reason, they can do it. However, if you have converted those dollars into stable coins, so, you keep some of your money still in dollars to pay bills with, but stable coins, you could use that and keep your dollar value completely outside of the government system and still have dollar value.
And the stable coins are pinned to the value of whatever currency they claim to be pinned to, right?
Yeah.
So
currency or commodity.
Okay.
You can have silver, gold, pork bellies backed stable coin.
Right.
Pork bellies would be awkward, but that's why people don't usually use pork bellies as money.
We did float the idea, and by we I mean me, on Saturday about a token that is tied to the value of 1 square of toilet paper.
You could do that.
TPT.
You could do that.
Yeah. At any rate, this article from the Los Angeles Times out of Menlo Park, California, this is published roughly 15 minutes ago. 6 counties in the San Francisco Bay Area will be placed under a shelter-in-place directive by public health officials in a bid to slow the spread of the coronavirus, a move that will close virtually all businesses and direct residents to remain at home for the next 3 weeks. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I keep reading about how most Americans can't put their hands on $1,000.
Not even $500, probably.
Most folks are literally living paycheck to paycheck, no matter what their salary is, because people just do that, right? They live within the means that they have available to them. I can't imagine how many people are going to break financially.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people. This is going to be really bad.
San Mateo Mayor Joe, I can't say his last name.
And the big cities are going to be the worst.
Joe Goathalls Gateholm, I don't know how you pronounce that, said he believed that the order announced in a pair of news conferences Monday afternoon put 6 counties, San Francisco, Santa Clara, San Mateo, Marin, Contra Costa, and Alameda, on perhaps the most restrictive public health footing anywhere in the U.S. since the outbreak of the potentially deadly coronavirus. This reads to me like martial law.
That's what's happening. That's really what's happening.
I mean, I can't read this any other way. They're not specifically stating that military police are going to be stationed, that the National Guard has been activated. They're not stating any of this, but one has to wonder what's going on in the background. What if somebody decides to defy this order and keep their, I don't know, their hot dog stand on the corner open, or their coffee shop, or their computer store, or
People
whatever
need to
it
eat.
is?
Yeah, well, that's happened in Nashville. So it'll be interesting to see how the Nashville authorities respond to Kid Rock's verbose restaurant.
That title for that restaurant was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Kid Rock's verbose restaurant. That's what I'm going to call it.
That's what he should change the name to. Kid Rock's verbose restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if that guy actually holds to what he's saying, and again, I'm not familiar with what exactly was said there in, was it Nashville?
Yep.
And if there's been a Tennessee-wide similar demand at this point, and has this guy crumbled, or is he still holding firm? I think it'd be actually interesting to see if we can get him on.
Well, we could call down to the, I'm sure the business has a published number. We could call him up and ask him.
Let's go to directory assistance for Kid Rock's big-ass honky-tonk rock and roll steakhouse in Nashville. I should do that in the southern accent. Kid Rock's big-ass honky-tonk rock and roll steakhouse in Nashville, Tennessee. Said he's refusing to shut down, blah, blah, blah.
TMZ update. Kid Rock's Nashville bar will close over the coronavirus after all. Co-owner finally caves.
Did he get a little pressure from the authorities?
Good question. This is TMZ reporting that Nashville Honky Tonk says Kid Rock's Nashville Honky Tonk says it will not shut down over the coronavirus despite the city's orders. And then update, looks like Steve Smith, who is the owner, had a change of heart in about 24 hours' time. The restaurateur has reportedly caved to public pressure. Now, does that mean pressure from the state? Because a lot of times when the word public is used, that's what it actually means.
Public means government.
In fact, he will be closing up all his bars and restaurants, including Kid Rock's big-ass honky-tonk steakhouse. So are there any business owners who are going to defy this?
And what are people going to eat?
I sure hope so. 855, 450 free like freedom. More coming up after this.
Gold has definitely been on the move recently, and there is no more secure investment historically. McIlvaney ICA has been helping people take delivery of precious metals and find storage options for decades. They've helped thousands of investors with their precious metal IRAs. Call ICA today for your free portfolio review at 800-525-9556 or download their free report online at ICAGoldSilver.com to learn how you can double your gold and silver ounces, even within an IRA. 800-525-9556. ICAGoldSilver.com.
Do you want more businesses accepting Bitcoin Cash and Dash? Now with AnyPay, you earn passive income for every purchase at those businesses. Finally, a financial incentive to spread Bitcoin Cash and Dash. You made it happen, so you receive the rewards. Download the AnyPay Cash Register app and add your cryptocurrency wallet addresses. Then install it at a real-life business and tell us what you did at AnyPayInc.com. AnyPayInc.com.
The political world is a maddening cesspool of corruption and lies. Nobody tells the truth. Nobody keeps campaign promises. Nobody obeys the Constitution. Nobody puts the people first. How can we ever escape this web of tyranny? Vote for nobody.
Hi, my name is Nobody. I'm running for governor of New Hampshire because nobody knows how to live your life better than you do, and nobody deserves that kind of power. I want to put you back in control of your money, your lifestyle, your work, your body, and your life. Nobody should rule you but you. New Hampshire convicts many people of so-called crimes that should never have been prosecuted. If elected, I will pardon every victimless crime in New Hampshire history. This includes drug, gambling, prostitution, gun, and driving offenses. Nobody should have a criminal record when they have not harmed anybody.
Wouldn't it be nice to have nobody telling you what to do? Learn more at electnobody.com. electnobody.com.
Should you be able to earn an honest living free from senseless government interference? The Institute for Justice thinks so. That's why we've spent years defending hard-working men and women from pointless government regulations. Nationwide, IJ has created opportunity by reducing government power. But there is still more work to be done. Visit our website today at ij.org. Let IJ take care of the government so you can take care of your business.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm. Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Live video of our Keene, New Hampshire-based shows is streamed on DLive. Please follow and share at dlive.lrn.fm. That's dlive.lrn.fm.
Five 450-3733. That number is toll free. 855-450-FREE, like freedom. This is the live Monday edition of Free Talk Live, coming to you from our Keene, New Hampshire studio. Tonight, it's myself, the captain.
It's Ian.
And nobody,
the future governor of New Hampshire. We had some news from the current governor of New Hampshire that we've touched on. Apparently, he's decided to jump on the closing of businesses bandwagon and order New Hampshire restaurants and bars to close other than for delivery or takeout.
And I want to know by what authority he's done that, because I've read the New Hampshire Constitution. I've never seen any I've never seen any part of it that could authorize a governor to do that.
That's what I would come out with, is like a press release or a statement demanding to know, and then saying like you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Like even if you had,
I don't have any scientific opinion on the coronavirus. All I know is that people have a right to make their own choices.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And Darwinism works because people who make good decisions live and people who make bad decisions die. So that's like part of how the universe works, and we have to let people continue to make their own decisions, both good and bad.
Yeah, and I'm going to support freedom over safety personally every single time, simply because it's, to me, the most important reason why we're here. Like, what's the point of living if you're only living under some sort of regime telling you what to do, telling you how to live, telling you when you can go out, telling you what you can have, telling you how many people that you can surround yourself with? What is the point of that? It's not. I'm not just here to suck air. I don't know about the rest of you.
Yeah, I'm not either. Let's go to your calls and your thoughts. We have Simonov, who's joining us tonight through our Discord channel at discord.lrn.fm. Simonov. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear y'all. Can y'all hear me?
We can. Yeah. What's going on?
Not much, guys. Well, kind of referring back to what y'all were talking about. Have y'all seen the story coming out of Kentucky of the man who was confirmed to have coronavirus, who is now being put under armed guard because he did not want to quarantine himself?
Yes, I have seen that.
I'm not aware of this. Please tell us more.
Yeah, pretty much he defied their quarantine orders, I think it was 2 or 3 times, and pretty much the local police department has now pretty much put him under de facto house arrest, under armed guard.
That is amazing. What do you know about it, nobody?
Nothing more than that. I
heard the headline. That's all I know.
Yeah, I was aware of the headline.
I mean, I think, and I talked about this a little bit off the air with the guys here in the studio, when these things occur like this and you start seeing politicians jumping on the bandwagon of other politicians' actions, it's to make themselves feel and seem more important than they actually are. But generally what happens is things get a lot dumber than they are currently when you start seeing politicians sort of bandwagoning together on these types of decisions.
And not only more dumb, they can also become more violent as well, especially if we start seeing checkpoints in the streets and other restrictions involving government agents all over the place, doing who knows what, searching, asking for papers. I mean, we're right around the corner from that.
Simonov, if you want to watch that story for us and as it updates, let us know what happens. We would appreciate it. That's a very interesting thing to keep an eye on from my perspective, anyway, because it is one of the questions I have, which is if one of these government agents, a governor, a mayor, whatever, the president, whatever, if they make a decree, an order, and somebody doesn't follow it, well, what exactly happens?
And most people don't want to test that to find out.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I was also going to talk to y'all about tonight is I've heard y'all mention several times that y'all are pro-abolishing the police. And that's actually an argument that I've had for a while now that a lot of people don't like. And so my question for y'all is, in this sort of situation, what should take precedent? I'm a big believer in freedom over safety, but what would y'all do if y'all were in charge in a situation like this to stop this from spreading?
I mean, being the guy who's running for office, I guess I'll field that. And I would advise the citizens of my state to take whatever precautions they thought were necessary and proper to their own safety and the safety of others. But I would not be the guy to tell them what those should be. Governors are not scientists, they're not doctors, and they don't have magical ways of knowing what they're hearing, knowing whether what they're hearing is true or not. And I'm hearing a lot of conflicting accounts on how rapidly the virus spreads, on how deadly it is.
Yeah, we're getting all this information from governments anyway. So what amazes me is one of our co-hosts, Chris Wade, tonight was at our crypto meetup and taking this very, very seriously, seemed very concerned about all this. And I'm like, look, the numbers aren't even anywhere near the flu. And maybe they will be. I don't know. I mean, we don't know what the future holds. That much is for sure. But otherwise, I don't really see the reason why people are freaking out besides the fact that some people are freaking out. So more people are freaking out. And the government's using this as an opportunity to crack down. And it's working.
Yeah. Well, and it's the government. So they're the ones who distribute the information. And so they can spin it however they want to adjust whatever they want to actually get done.
And the media will just snap it up because, well, they're in the government's pocket anyway. And beyond that, it's fear, and that's what they sell.
And the thing that we have to remember is it looks very much like this whole virus was, to begin with, a government project. Now, there's some there's some disagreement as to whether it was a U.S. government project or a Chinese government project. But nobody but governments cook up viruses in labs. That's just, nobody else does that.
Yeah. And to say that, what would I do if I were in charge? I mean, I would do the exact same thing I'm doing right now. Right. Try to make information available to people, to, point them to resources that they might not otherwise be aware of, talk about what's going on, help folks to make educated decisions for themselves. Right. There's no reason for somebody who, obviously a mayor, right? Like, they're not a medical biologist, they're not a viral specialist, for them to, begin jumping on these bandwagons of shutting down their cities and their cities' businesses. The livelihood of the very people is just insane, because they want to feel as if they are in charge and are an authority, instead of presenting you facts, information that you can use, opening up resources that you might be able to otherwise use and put to use for your family and your friends and your community.
Yeah, and all this is probably going to do is continue the welfare state. I mean, these people that are their job, or all these people who can't go to work.
Yeah, they're already talking about instituting UBI in some places. And if you don't know what that is, it's Universal Basic Income. That's a 3-letter acronym that was developed some time ago for somebody's campaign. This is just the idea.
As objectionable things go, also, I'd have to say that that's a lot less objectionable than dumping the same amount of money into the stock market as they've already done. Because this is not the time to be redistributing money from poor people to rich people. And that's exactly what the Federal Reserve did when it dumped that money into the stock market. And every time they bail out a business, a bank, or anything else, they're taking money out of the pockets of poor people who are already suffering, and they're giving it to rich people. And that's the first thing that needs to freaking stop.
Simonov, thanks for the call tonight. 855-450 free like freedom. That's 855-450-3733 if you want to call in and give us your thoughts. This is Free Talk Live, where you can take control. More coming up.
We've all seen and perhaps use the alcohol-based hand sanitizers. Have you noticed how it dries your skin, and as soon as the alcohol evaporates, it's no longer effective? GCNteam.com has alcohol-free antibacterial soap and foam meeting or exceeding all requirements set forth by the United States Food and Drug Administration. Come to GCNteam.com, keyword antibacterial, or call 877-878-4203.
Get healthy, not high, with 100% pure CBD powerful natural pain relief from Veterans Vitality. GCN listeners, have you ever thought about how CBD may help you? I'm sure you have heard about the many benefits of CBD. Well, here's your opportunity to try before you buy. Created by veterans and for everyone who deserves better choices, our CBD is derived from organic hemp, grown in the USA and third-party tested. Veterans Vitality CBD saves you as much as 25 to 50% over our competition, and a portion of all sales is contributed to veteran nonprofits and events. Many of our customers have experienced improved quality of life, help with anxiety, PTSD, and overall well-being. Our products do not contain THC. They are safe, non-addictive, effective, and 100% legal. GCN listeners, get your free trial bottle of premium CBD by simply paying shipping and handling at GCNFreeCBD.com. That's GCNFreeCBD.com. Again, GCNFreeCBD.com. Offered by Veterans Vitality Premium CBD.
Are you afraid to go to the mailbox because of letter after letter from the IRS? Are they stacking on more and more penalties and interest? By now, you know the problem won't go away on its own. Don't let the IRS chase you to your grave with penalties and interest and liens and levies. You need real help now. I'm Dan Pilla. I wrote the book on tax debt settlement, and I help thousands of people solve tax problems they thought couldn't be solved. I can help you too. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, danpilla.com. That's danpilla.com. danpilla.com.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
Who told you can go this way? You can't do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring signs into the rally.
Walk with me.
Well, I'm comfortable here, actually.
Whoa. Hey, who do you think
Excuse me.
There is no video and audio allowed in this office.
No, I have work today. This is...
You ain't gonna make it.
Wait
now.
Wait a minute.
Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable!
Why are you running from me?
Because you're scared me. What am I being detained for?
You're being served.
What is this?
You're being served.
What is this? Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. So you've heard all 3 hours of the latest episode of Free Talk Live, and you're still hungry for liberty-oriented audio content? Did you know that we have another 24/7 audio stream at LRN.FM? The Liberty Radio Network airs the latest episodes of some of the best liberty-oriented podcasts on the internet around the clock. In addition to recorded content, you'll also hear live shows like Free Talk Live, originating from our Keene, New Hampshire studio. So listen anytime at LRN.FM. That's LRN.FM. Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. local.bitcoin.com.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air, and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
This is the live Monday night edition of Free Talk Live. You can call in and take control of the airwaves. Our toll-free number here is 855-450-FREE like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. And in the studio tonight, it's myself, the captain.
It's Ian.
And nobody.
And do you want more businesses accepting Bitcoin Cash and Dash? Now, with AnyPay, you earn passive income for every purchase at those businesses. Finally, a financial incentive to spread Bitcoin Cash and Dash. You make it happen, and you receive the awards, or the rewards. You download the AnyPay Cash Register app and add your own cryptocurrency wallet addresses. Then, you simply install it at a real-life business, and then tell us what you did at AnyPayInc.com. That's AnyPayInc.com. And what will happen is every time that business has something purchased in cryptocurrency, you yourself receive a piece of the action. I can't think of a better incentive to, evangelize this at any business that I frequent.
Yeah, somebody was apparently talking to a local business here and making some headway on the point about not having to touch customers. Like, this is a reason to start accepting cryptocurrency.
Right, yeah,
definitely.
There's good touch, and then there's bad touch.
And if you're taking crypto for lap dances, it doesn't really apply. But yeah, if you're taking crypto for candy bars, that's a lot more.
That reminds me of
less content.
That reminds me of beaver bucks, but we'll talk about that another time. Right now, let's
reminds
go.
Reminds you of beaver?
Beaver bucks.
Beaver butts?
Bucks.
You got to talk about it now.
All right, fine. Gene, just hang on. We're going to go to Gene, the Christian anarchist, in just a second. So,
strip club points?
Yeah, so imagine a strip club that makes their own currency for use only within the strip club.
Oh, yeah.
And it's called Beaver Bucks. So you can you can pay with like a credit card, and they'll give you like 20 actual Beaver Buck dollars, so you can put them in the stripper's G-string or whatever, right? But it's obviously like printed on the black and white printer in the downstairs
It's a
office.
Private currency.
Yeah, it's their own private currency. So.
Yeah, that actually, there was a book I read, I think I read it in jail, called Go-Go Girls of the Apocalypse, and it was actually
like a similar
a similar thing where there was a disease that swept across America, wiping out society, and there was one chain of strip clubs that stayed around, and they issued script for lap dances, and because they were a chain, it became a currency, like a national currency. They were all trading lap dances.
Beaver Bucks come to life.
Yeah, and you know,
Free Talk Live.
Anybody who wanted one of these things could always trade a lap dance for it, because, you know, anybody with a butt can do a lap dance.
And with that, let's segue over to Gene, the Christian anarchist, calling in on our Discord channel. Gene, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that we're in Bizarro world.
Yeah.
Any old Superman fans know what that means.
I can't agree with you more.
Everything is upside down and backwards and inside out.
And bizarre.
Very bizarre. More people are going to die from this panic and all of the economic result than are going to die from this virus. And, you know, anybody who wants to challenge me on that can talk to me in about 30 days, and we'll see just how many people have died from this and
totally
where the
agree.
economy
I think
is.
you're absolutely right about that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? How do you think the panic is going to kill people?
Well, shortages, people not getting their medications that have serious health issues, food, there's going to be rioting. I mean, there's a lot of ways for people to die in a downturn, and that's coming our way.
Well, yeah, and let's face it, the economy was already kind of crappy, right?
Yes, the Federal Reserve is out of ammo now. They're down to 0% interest. Where can they go from there? You know, they can't.
Negative interest rates.
Yeah,
it's been proposed. So, we'll pay you to take this money.
Then we'll see hyperinflation.
But what I want to point out is the page at Johns Hopkins University that's tracking all these illnesses, and I think there's some accurate information there. But if you look at how the different countries, the worst countries, the ones that had the most, China and Italy, and they're doing lockdowns. Right. But what you don't see, unless you look in those numbers, you see two little countries that took totally different approach, and they're doing quite well, and that would be Japan and Taiwan. Japan and Taiwan, because what they did in Taiwan, first of all, Taiwan does not trust China, never has, obviously, since they were at war with them.
Who does?
And so when Taiwan got wind of this new virus in Wuhan, they instantly started screening all flights coming out of that area. They wouldn't let anybody off the plane until they went in, checked people for the health conditions, and then they monitored those who were sick, and they did quarantine of individuals rather than quarantining of cities and big old geographical areas and stopping all of the restaurants. And Taipei and Taiwan have done very, very well on controlling this virus. And they're using exactly the opposite tactic that dumb Donald Trump is trying to use by locking things down. Now, I would point out that Trump originally resisted this tactic, but apparently they've twisted his arm and convinced him that he needs to be a big bully, just like China. So whenever we're copying China, we really need to sit down, take a break, and re-examine what we're doing.
That's an excellent point. I also read that the White House press briefing was it yesterday, Saturday, had folks were getting their temperature taken by arguably some sort of a health official. I don't know whom, but they were actually turning anybody away. They turned away a press person who registered a fever of 99 from the press briefing. So it's interesting that the government is taking, sort of weird tactics that they're not mandating for everybody else yet. What do you think, Gene?
Well, and I don't think that monitoring temperature is a bad idea. In fact, I've ordered one of those infrared gun things for our office, and we will probably be doing something similar to that to people coming into the waiting room. But that's just because we have a fiduciary responsibility, because we're going to get sued if we let somebody in our office with that virus, and then it affects other people in our office,
now,
people are going to come after us.
Are you a physician's assistant? Am I remembering correctly, or
no?
Something medical.
I'm the administrator. My wife is the doctor, and we have 4 nurse practitioners.
Okay,
so we have a pretty.
He's running the office.
So you're talking about turning people away from a doctor's office because they're sick. Would you send them to the hospital?
Them away. We would be taking precautions, and by that, we would be
just handling them with care.
They would have to wear a mask. They would have to be, we'd probably set them aside in a different area, and we would see them individually. So, no, we wouldn't turn them away, but we would make note of the fact that this person has a temperature and take precautions against them spreading that disease to other people.
Right. So that operates in sort of a almost like a triage kind of a thing where somebody, shows up arguably as a walk-in, or they make an appointment and they come in, and you have to do some things to figure out, which section do you want them to go in, the I have a temperature section or the I don't have a temperature section, right?
Right. And we know of cases where there have been lots of cases where a husband and wife, one of them will get sick and one of them doesn't get sick. So it's not like there's a guaranteed transmission from you to another person. The transmission rate is very high. It's quite high, apparently, by the numbers. So you do have to take proper precautions. But if you look at places like Japan and Taiwan, they're managing the situation without these drastic measures. And it's life. I saw a video from a guy on YouTube in Taiwan who does these, video blogs, and life is fairly normal in Taiwan, and they're very close to the epicenter. They're not very far from Wuhan. So, and they have a lot of people traveling between Taiwan and mainland. So the route of transmission is there. And yet they've still managed to control it quite well.
You make some good points, Gene. Thank you so much for the call tonight. I have this sinking feeling in my gut that we've seen things get dumb, and we're about to see things get a lot dumber, at least before they start getting smart.
Yeah.
I can't believe that folks are just like, oh yeah, okay, sure, I'll close my business because some governor says so.
No.
What do you think? 855-450-FREE, like freedom.
Remember when you first heard about Bitcoin? How long did it take you to realize this little project would soon change the world? Do you kind of wish you had gotten involved sooner? Well, now is your chance to be part of the next revolution in money. Intercoin is working to finally make crypto go mainstream. It's designed to be scalable enough to support everyday payments and even elections without the state. Bitcoin was originally supposed to be a peer-to-peer cash system, the way we would all pay one another without having to trust any third party. But instead, over time, it mostly became a store of value. That's because every 10 minutes, the Bitcoin network must put all transactions into a block, and that block can only hold so much. If crypto is to become mainstream, for everyone to use it in everyday payments, we need a new architecture. One that's as secure as Bitcoin while being far more scalable. Check out intercoin.org to find out more and maybe pick up some of those coins for yourself.
I'm crazy about My Magic Mud. This is the most important oral care product created this millennium, and I'm not kidding. We all have different opinions on politics and issues, but we all have mouths. And I want yours to be as clean as possible, with teeth as bright as they were meant to be. I will never be without My Magic Mud. It's a little surprising, but man, does it work. If you only listen to one thing I say ever, go to mymagicmud.com and get 20% off with code FTL. mymagicmud.com, code FTL.
If you want to know the latest about Free Talk Live before we go on the air, all you need to decide is how you want it delivered. It's your choice. Visit news.freetalklive.com to receive our usually weekly news updates by email. Plus, we have a Twitter account at twitter.freetalklive.com, and you can follow us on the decentralized Mastodon platform at toot.freetalklive.com. So please follow us at toot.freetalklive.com and sign up for our emails at news.freetalklive.com.
You're listening to the live edition of Free Talk.
You're listening to the Heartland Newsfeed Radio Network, broadcasting live 24/7 at heartlandnewsfeed.com.
This stream is supported by advertisers and contributions by you.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for Liberty news and activist updates. Produced in partnership with the SNLS Network and listeners like you. Online at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow with your latest edition of the Liberty Beat. Gold is trading at $1,675. Silver at $17.35. And Bitcoin is trading around $9,122. Today's gold, silver, and Bitcoin prices are brought to you by Brave Botanicals. High-quality kratom and CBD at reasonable prices with excellent customer service. Brave Botanicals is activist-owned and mission-driven. The Liberty Beat and Brave Botanicals believe so strongly in the power of kratom, we're giving it away for free. Just go to libertybeat.news/free kratom. This is the Liberty Beat at snlsnetwork.com. In the news, Operation Palladium has begun. Hundreds of agents from Immigration and Customs Enforcement have entered New York and other sanctuary cities in a fresh attempt to round up undocumented immigrants. Mid-Press News reports the directive, according to officials, is simple. Arrest as many undocumented immigrants as possible and flood the streets with officers. Beginning a 24/7 surveillance and detention program, ICE leadership has requested over 500 special agents who normally work fighting trafficking and organized crime to bolster the agency's numbers. That follows an earlier decision to deploy immigration SWAT teams to round up undocumented immigrants in sanctuary cities. New York Times reporter Annie Carrill shared a viral image taken through a peephole of a Bronx apartment, showing an ICE agent brandishing an assault weapon and demanding to enter. Carrill claims that the officers were going door to door, threatening to force their way in, and residents said they did not present a warrant, both breaches of the law. Ever wonder where we find all the news to report right here on the Liberty Beat? Visit snls.news to get the world's most censored media published all in one place. Save yourself from the endless time spent searching for reliable alternative media. SNLS News makes it quick and easy. No ads, no clickbait, just raw headlines, 24 hours a day. Visit snls.news and get informed today without the corporate media spin. Your news now continues. News of the coronavirus and the resulting potentially deadly disease spreading throughout the United States and across the world continues to develop rapidly. The Mind Unleashed reports that according to a map managed by Johns Hopkins, there are now over 101,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and nearly 3,500 deaths worldwide. The CDC, meanwhile, is reportedly refusing to test a nurse with symptoms that volunteered to assist with COVID-19 patients at a California hospital. According to a letter posted on Twitter by Dr. Eric Feigl-Ding, the CDC claims that she cannot be tested because she was properly protected during her time volunteering. Meanwhile, Dr. Feigl-Ding said that 22 million Californians are now eligible for free medically necessary COVID-19 testing. However, there may still be a discrepancy when it comes to deciding which situations warrant testing and which ones don't. As coronavirus panic hits the United States, a financial lobbying group is attempting to use the crisis to push through the deregulation of its industry. Mid-Press News reports the Bank Policy Institute, a Washington-based lobbying organization representing many of the nation's largest banks, released a set of proposals this week, the most important of which recommends that the Federal Reserve lower capital requirements to zero. That would mean banks could lend an unlimited amount without having any assets or wealth to back it up. It also advocated relaxing the so-called stress tests that force banks to show that they can withstand economic shocks. This, it claims, would help America fight the COVID-19 virus. The report's lead author was BPI CEO Greg Baer, former managing director of J.P. Morgan Chase. Support for the Liberty Beat is brought to you by the Homestead Guru. The Homestead Guru is an educational website offering tips, tools, news, stories, and commentary on everything homesteading. Topics include green homes, gardening, animal husbandry, do-it-yourself, home remedies, alternative energy, survivalism, unschooling, and more. Those details are found online at thehomestead.guru. This is the Liberty Beat, powered by the SNLS Network at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow, reporting for the Liberty Beat, reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
To ascertain whether or not she would want to date him. He also noted that Mueller's behavior at social gatherings was equally vague.
Last weekend, we were at a party, and every time I would go up to her, she just said, "Leave me alone." Then I text her the next day, and she totally doesn't even respond. I mean, she just needs to make up her mind and tell me what she wants. She hasn't answered my last 3 phone calls, so maybe I should go over there and make sure everything's okay.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
Yes, this is Free Talk Live. The live talk, call talk.
Just
talk
wash
live,
your lips and you can't do a thing with them?
My lips are numb. Do I have coronavirus?
Actually, I think that's a symptom of cocaine virus. If your face is numb, that generally means something very particular.
Let me try that again. This is Free Talk Live.
And then some more till we can feel our face.
Well, I did hear that alcohol sales have been brisk.
Yeah.
At like the state liquor stores around here.
Yeah.
Well, right, because nobody's going to be able to go to the bar anymore.
Well, you can go. Yeah, that's true, because you can't take drinks out of a bar in New Hampshire.
You sure can't. And in fact, New Hampshire likes to pretend that they don't have any bars by making all of their bars be restaurants.
Right.
If you look up the licensing, I was doing this because I have this fantasy where I open what's called a tap room where you just serve beer, right? No booze, no wine. You just serve beer.
Yeah, there has to be some sort of food component.
But yeah, in the state of New Hampshire, there has to be a food component so that technically they're not licensing a bar or a tavern. They're licensing a restaurant that just happens to serve some alcohol.
Well, there is a sect of the Church of the Invisible Hand that actually worships beer. So you could do that as a worship service under the auspices of the church.
It's a fine idea.
So at any rate, our toll-free number here is 855-450-3733. That's 855-450-FREE, like freedom. And we tend to talk about things with the freedom perspective in mind. Tonight in the studio, it's myself, the Reverend Captain Kickass.
It's Ian.
And nobody.
And before we say anything else, I have to say this. His name was Duncan Lemp.
Yeah.
There has been a story. I brought it in for show prep on Saturday. We didn't get to it. The Sunday night crew also didn't get to it. And nobody and I were talking during the break and saying that we just have to at least mention this. I brought up the article from the American Conservative from March 14th that talks about this. The Constitution is dead was the last tweet ever sent by 21-year-old Duncan Socrates Lemp. His name was Duncan Lemp. On Thursday morning at 4:30 a.m., a Montgomery County SWAT team killed Lemp during a violent attack on his family's home in the affluent Washington suburb of Potomac, Maryland.
That's what he gets for saying the Constitution's dead.
Yeah, serves him right.
Proof.
Yeah. Why did the SWAT team attack the home as Lemp was sleeping? The initial county police press release referred only to, quote, firearms offenses. County police spokeswoman Mary Davidson refused.
To answer the question, that's what they always do.
Right.
I mean, almost always. Unless there's an active hostage situation where they have to be brought out during the daytime, they're going to come in at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, somewhere in that range.
The county police spokeswoman refused to disclose the details of Lemp's alleged offense or the affidavit used to justify the raid. Instead, she notified me that my press inquiries were being handled under the Maryland Public Information Act, which entitles government agencies to delay responding for weeks or months.
Wow.
Interesting. So nobody can... this is classic blunder, right? When the cops make blunders, the first thing they do is try and delay or cover it up as much as possible.
Yep. Circle the wagons.
Yep.
Hide the information. Turn off the body cams. Lose the footage. Epstein didn't kill himself, by the way. Speaking of lost footage. And you know, I personally am sick of it. I've been calling these people every day on the phone. I call into the dispatch. I was planning on starting to do numbers at the mayor's office today, but I got a little sick, so I didn't.
Do you have the number?
I don't have the number with me.
I don't have it in this thing, but
so what was the reason for this raid?
Well,
they won't say, except to say that the most detailed they've gotten was to say that he was a prohibited person.
He had some guns.
For owning firearms, and he was not a felon. He had no criminal record, so the only thing that could possibly have made him a prohibited person was that he had a medical marijuana card, which he did.
Yes.
So that's my best bet, is that they raided him either on a red flag call or based on he had a medical marijuana
And this was
card.
This weekend?
Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you asked that, because the article goes on to say even the search warrant used to justify the raid is reportedly sealed for 30 days. Why would you need to do that? Why would any government agency need to seal the warrant used for the raid?
Coronavirus, you can't see it. Coronavirus.
That's not a reason.
Oh,
now,
maybe
buddy.
they sneezed on it and it's quarantined.
Yeah. So the short of this is, well, I'll just read you this next paragraph section because it kind of drills down. According to Renee Sandler, a former prosecutor who is representing the Lemp family, Montgomery County Police fired into the bedroom where Lemp and his pregnant girlfriend were sleeping without warning.
My God.
The gunfire was followed by 2 flashbang grenades.
What are they going to claim here? Because normally they claim, I was in fear of my life. And
He was snoring too loud. I was in fear for my life.
God, what? It's amazing.
It really is. It really is. And people wonder why we need AR-15.
4:30 a.m. Why? First of all, did you try showing up at, dinner time and knocking on the door?
Well, no, It was a high-risk search warrant, according to the police. This is according to their department news release. And so all they have to do is claim, well, we know he has guns, so therefore it's high risk. This is what they're doing in the Cantwell case, by the way.
Right.
The former co-host who we had to fire years ago for becoming a racist. He has been targeted by the federal government. They went into his house at 3 a.m. with a full-on SWAT raid against him. They busted his door in, even though he has no history of anything besides, one recent conviction for assault and battery. And that was at a massive protest that turned into a fight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's otherwise been a fairly peaceful person. He certainly has no gun violence history, but the fact that he had guns there was used as a reason to keep, not only that, but to keep him in a jail cell until trial.
Even though he doesn't have the guns anymore.
That's right.
So who cares what was there? The memory of a gun isn't a weapon.
Duncan Lemp, according to this article, was a software developer.
Clearly dangerous.
The police handcuffed the surviving family members and his girlfriend while conducting an exhaustive search on the house. Lemp was pronounced dead at the scene. On Friday evening, the police department posted photos of 5 firearms, none of which were apparently illegal in themselves, that they seized during the raid.
We got him, boys.
But conveniently omitted including a photo of Duncan Lemp's bullet-ridden corpse.
Yeah. Yep, that's true. And also, the news media wouldn't report that anyway in the United States for the most part. They won't print things like that.
Yeah.
The police also later modified their story to assert that Lemp had, quote, confronted the police officers.
Oh. He just fell into his bed after they blasted him.
But this could simply mean that he stood up after the shooting or took a step towards a window from where the shots were entering. Or maybe he was trying to protect his pregnant girlfriend and, jump on top of her, get her to the ground or something. The police department has not asserted that Lemp had a firearm or any other dangerous device when he was slain. So, I mean, you can read all about this online. It is a horrifying story. This particular person was a technology person. He was a software developer. He was a self-professed libertarian. And near as I can tell, straight murdered in his sleep.
Yep. No, it's not murder when they do it. Murder is a legal term.
Well, it's true, but for anybody out here who's as outraged as I am, I hope that you will be calling the district attorney in that county, the mayor of the town, the governor of the state, the police department, and let them know what you think about this cold-blooded murder of an inoffensive software developer.
Well, remember to keep paying taxes, folks.
His name was Duncan Lemp.
His name was Duncan Lemp.
More coming up. We'll take your calls and your thoughts. 855-450-FREE. This is Free Talk Live.
I want to tell you about my favorite cryptocurrency wallet, Edge Wallet, at edge.app. Edge is the wallet I use more than any other, and that was true long before Edge Wallet became a sponsor of Free Talk Live. Edge Wallet allows you to buy, sell, trade, and securely hold your cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, tokens, Monero, Ripple, Dash, Bitcoin Cash, and more. It's available for both Android and iOS, and you can download it via the Play or App Store or via Edge Wallet's website, edge.app. Secure your freedom with Edge Wallet. Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. local.bitcoin.com.
Ike was such a sweet, lovable animal, and people would want to pet him, and they'd come up and they'd get close to him, and it would be this instant, oh! My dad didn't want to touch him. It's like, ooh, get the stinky dog away from me.
Even after we'd give her a bath, she would still stink.
Very stinky, both bad breath and bad gas. I asked the vet, and he said some dogs are just stinky.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dinovite for help.
DINOVITE.com.
The omega-3 fatty acids.
Flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa.
The digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
The ingredients convinced me that it was definitely worth trying. After about a week, he started smelling normal. My husband and I were really kind of astonished.
Dinovite is nutrition.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com. LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
There are basically two types of advertising, direct response and branding. Radio's great for direct response with its low cost to listener ratio, but audio can't be beat for branding, which is a longer-term endeavor. You want to be the first thing that someone thinks of when they think about your product or service. If you have a local business that you want kept top of mind in your community, call the station. If you need national reach, Free Talk Live's got around 200 radio stations, millions of monthly listening sessions, can suit all budgets, and if we don't think we're right for you, we'll tell you. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
Yes, it's free. It's talk, and it is live. It's Free Talk Live on this live Monday night edition. We are a call-in talk radio program where you can call in to take control of the airwaves and talk about whatever you would like to talk about. We've been talking about many things, about the coronavirus, about the government getting stupid, doing stupid things.
About Duncan Lemp.
His name was Duncan Lemp.
It was.
And with you tonight in the studio, it's myself, the Reverend Captain Kickass.
It's Ian.
And nobody.
And I wanted to tell you all that the next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to spend, earn, store, and exchange digital money in seconds. Divvy says you'll be able to send money around the globe in only a swipe and instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. There's no need to wait, though, as Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with their multi-tiered masternodes, allowing anyone to earn by supporting the Divvy network. When the new Divvy wallet launches, because of Divvy's relationship with Western Union, Divvy will be in 200 countries, including the United States. You can learn more at diviproject.org, D-I-V-I project.org. And moving right along, let's go to your calls and your thoughts tonight. Let's see if we have Jet calling in. Jet, you're on Free Talk Live.
Hi, good evening, Captain and crew.
Indeed. What's on your mind?
I wanted to make a quick call and thank you guys for discussing what I'm referring to as the grand poopah delirium, the emergence of all these local, state, and federal dictators.
I'm sorry, what did you call it? The GPD, the grand poopah?
The grand poopah delirium.
I like it.
Yeah. And anyway, and the people, of course, who kind of pay attention to that. So I'll just make it real quick and remind you that there is no such thing as a government. There are only tyrants, despots, and other sociopaths. And so, with that, I would like to offer the FTL group for me to send you $50, the equivalent of $50 in crypto tonight, if you can avoid using the word government.
Oh, boy. Like, I might be able to do that individually. I don't know if the three of us collectively.
All of us for it, that'll be a tough one.
That's just replace that word.
Is $50.
Well, it's $50 a day at $49.68 right now. Bitcoin, for example. But yeah, if you could do that, replace the word government with tyrants, despots, or sociopaths. I mean, just have fun with that.
What do you think, guys? You want to give it a shot? See if we can
I'll
win.
do my best.
See if we can win $50.
Okay.
It's almost weird. That's like a reverse contest.
Yeah.
I've
never heard of listeners having a contest for the host.
For the host, yeah.
But hey,
But you can use other terms, like criminal gang and stuff like that. Just there is something about this word government. It just legitimizes. Well, we talked about that. It just validates the concept that there are certain people that have a greater place in life, that they get to push other people around and steal their money and otherwise just get rewarded for it. It's just nuts to me.
Now, is gooferment okay?
No.
Too close.
I know Gene Gene likes gooberment.
He sure does.
Gooberment.
What about the people calling themselves government?
Well, I might I might throw 50 cents in for that. But,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But this word, I'm telling you, people have been indoctrinated from their earliest stages to think of, in the back of their mind, since government is all psychology, in the back of their mind, this thing called government is okay. It's what we need. It's important. It's valuable.
This whole coronavirus situation is this group of people trying to reassert that and asserting it in a way that they never have before, to see how far they can get away with pushing people. And it seems like they can get away with pushing them to shut down their businesses entirely.
Right. Well, you got to think about it. Get two different perspectives. There's leadership and there's commandership. Now, leadership would be someone who's saying, we implore you, we beg you to try these things, to do these things.
Well, leadership would be someone going first. Leadership would be someone who's in business saying, you know what, I'm going to shut down on my own volition. We're going to go ahead and do only take out, only this and only that. And then that would be leadership. Government. Oh, there I go.
Well, then there's commandership. then there's
I caught myself. Do I lose points for that?
No, you don't lose points. But then there's the commandership. Something like the military, where you will do this or there will be punishment. Rather than simply persuasion of and promoting not common sense, but let's say promoting good reasoning and otherwise just saying, you will, we are in charge and you will do it.
Right. And I would add to your list of things the word authority. Most folks, when they hear the word authority, they think of this organization of goons who just tell them what to do. Whereas there is an actual...
Is that what they think, though? I mean, that's what we think when we hear the word. But is that what other people who aren't of sort of the liberty mindset think? When they hear authority, do they instead think of, like, waving flags, bald eagles, uniforms?
No. They think of the word authority, and you'll hear this on the news all the time. The authorities said, the authorities promoted, and it just makes me ill when I hear that term, because there's no such thing as human authority.
Well,
I mean, it would be like
there is in one respect, and the only legitimate authority is somebody that you look up to as an expert in a particular field. Right, so
that you've granted the authority.
Right. He's an authority in, genome splicing. Right, somebody who is very knowledgeable about a subject.
You can select an authority for yourself.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Not one that's appointed by a weaponized popularity contest.
Exactly. If you decide that they're authority, but other people have the choice of saying, no, they are not my authority. But anyway.
Well, the problem is there's a group of people out there who want to have somebody as their authority, and they've also bought into the idea that it's totally fine to force the rest of us to be underneath that person's control.
Right.
And that's the problem. That's what we have to break. And that's why, people really should not have waited to come to New Hampshire. I think this is a real kick in the chest for a lot of people. Like, you waited. Maybe if you get the chance to move to where other people believe similar to you, you ought to really take that seriously at this point.
Yeah, I mean, when the boogaloo comes, I want to be in a place where I'm surrounded by well-armed and
freedom-loving
individuals, like-minded individuals.
It may not be too late to get out here.
Thanks for the call tonight, Jet.
Peace.
We do appreciate it. I agree. If now isn't the time, then I don't think you're motivated.
Yeah.
855.
You want to get shot in the sleep?
50-3733. That's 855-450-FREE. Like freedom. More of your calls and your thoughts coming up.
Remember when you first heard about Bitcoin? How long did it take you to realize this little project would soon change the world? Do you kind of wish you had gotten involved sooner? Well, now is your chance to be part of the next revolution in money. Intercoin is working to finally make crypto go mainstream. It's designed to be scalable enough to support everyday payments and even elections without the state. Bitcoin was originally supposed to be a peer-to-peer cash system, the way we would all pay one another without having to trust any third party. But instead, over time, it mostly became a store of value. That's because every 10 minutes, the Bitcoin network must put all transactions into a block, and that block can only hold so much. If crypto is to become mainstream, for everyone to use it in everyday payments, we need a new architecture, one that's as secure as Bitcoin while being far more scalable. Check out intercoin.org to find out more and maybe pick up some of those coins for yourself.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com. What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveitpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveitpurse.com. The LRN.FM social media channels have been revamped. We've eliminated Facebook and focused on other platforms like Twitter and Mastodon, the decentralized alternative to Twitter. On our accounts, you'll find posts from multiple LRN.FM show hosts together in one place. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm, or better yet, move to the decentralized Mastodon social media platform at toot.lrn.fm, toot.lrn.fm. I think you'll like it.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agristhosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agristhosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agristhosting.com.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
Free Talk Live. We're broadcasting live 7 nights a week. Our website is freetalklive.com. We also have a Discord server over at discord.lrn.fm that you can join.
Is Discord up? I was hearing it was down earlier. Discord is up.
Yeah,
now.
I heard it was having some troubles, some connection issues, that kind of a thing, but it cleared up before I saw any of it. So
nice.
I was doing my otherwise work-related activities for my day job, of course. But we are here to take your calls and your thoughts. Our toll-free number is 855-450-3733. Tonight with you, it's myself, the captain.
It's Ian.
And nobody.
So there's a new sponsor here at Free Talk Live, and it's Intercoin. If you haven't heard of Intercoin, they're working to make crypto go mainstream. It's designed to be scalable enough to support everyday payments and even elections without the state. If you missed your opportunity to get in on Bitcoin from the start, then here is your chance to join what could be the next revolution in money. You can check out innercoin.org, and if you like what you see, pick up some of the coins for yourself. Just as the internet is a global network that connects local networks, Intercoin is a global currency platform that enables communities around the world to issue and manage their own currency, so they may circulate it among their local population.
Oh, a tribal coin. Groovy.
Intercoin is sort of in between the tribal coins. So it's the network on which the tribal coins would be able to interact. Intercoin enables fintech innovation on the local community level, leading to stronger communities, greater sustainability, less poverty, and more productivity. You can check out intercoin.org, and according to the SEC, you also need to know Free Talk Live received about $40,000 worth of tokens from Intercoin Incorporated for this advertising.
Do they support EgoCoin? And by EgoCoin, I mean like coins that are, named after folks like Kick-Ass Coin and Nobody Coin.
You will have to look into it. Honestly, I don't know. I have not looked deeply into it. Okay. I know that I looked close enough to say I like Greg in New York, who is the person who's
told there would be no homework.
Yeah, it's up to you, my man. Intercoin.org.
I was told there would be cake.
You should always evaluate any kind of offers directly yourself that you're being.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yeah. But you were saying something about Greg. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I like the guy. I mean, I think he's got good intentions, and he's involved with Intercoin.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, it interests me a lot because it runs parallel to some ideas that I've been having for a long time, and so I'm definitely gonna look into it as a technical thing.
So we've talked a lot tonight about a few different things. We've talked about the government's reactions to coronavirus and the overstepping of perceived authority. Oh, and I just said the word government too.
Oh, well, we lost our 50
sorry,
bucks.
Jet.
That's all right.
Thanks for offering.
But I do try to make a point of saying, like, government gangsters, criminals.
The organization known as government.
Yeah, the people calling themselves government.
The armed.
This is one of those times where, like the V for Vendetta movie, where the government goon leader guy is John Hurt is yelling about how they must need us.
Yeah, they need us.
Yeah, we must remind them of why they need us. And that's what this is really, for them all about. It's them positioning themselves as the so-called authorities on all things health related. And boy, if you didn't have them around, what would happen? You can't just trust these corporations, of course, ignoring the fact that they are also incorporated.
I mean, the gang is the mother of all corporations. Right. Without the gang, there are no corporations because nobody else has the power to create them.
I try and point that out to people frequently, particularly coming from an area of the country like Seattle, where the political leaning is different than it is, say, here on the East Coast. But I try to point out that corporations were created by this entity known as the government. It, in and of itself, is legal fiction. It has fiction right in the frickin' name of the thing, right? To tell you that it's all.
Well, they don't use that. They don't call it a fiction on paper. That's what it is.
Corporation, I believe the definition includes legal fiction.
It is a legal fiction. That's what it is, but it doesn't say it anywhere on the paperwork.
Well, no, of course. You have to read the definition of the word to see.
And most people aren't going to pull up Black's Law Dictionary.
They're not. But I point this out to people, and they, but still, if you take away corporations, will still be corporations. I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Who's going to enforce that?
I mean, that's the thing, is you have to enforce their property rights as if they were people in order for that to happen. So, are you going to subscribe to courts that treat corporations as people? I probably would not.
Nope.
So that's the death knell of corporate personhood.
I'm curious, you're talking about the West Coast. How far did we get into that piece about San Francisco locking down?
Oh, we didn't get very far, actually.
And when's Seattle going to pick that up? Because, as goes California in a lot of cases, so goes the entire West Coast.
Seattle kind of went first, at least in my estimation.
With a total 24-hour lockdown? That's what's supposedly happening in San Francisco.
But that's San Francisco.
Washington State went first with the shutting down of the restaurants and bars and the limiting the size of gatherings. At first it was, I think, more than 300 people, and then they reduced it to 250, and then it was like 100, and now there's talk of it being reduced to more than 10.
And then San Francisco said, "Hold my beer."
San Francisco literally said,
or hold my white wine, I guess, if it's
hold
San
my
Francisco.
Chardonnay, or what have you. That's exactly what they said. And they went, oh, yeah, well, we'll just go ahead and put everybody on an order to shelter in place, much as they would if there were, I don't know, a hurricane or a large earthquake.
Shelter in place.
Or if you'd been committed a crime and been sentenced to house arrest, that's shelter in place.
The terminology shelter in place started to come out, at least noticeably within the last decade plus.
Yeah.
Really a lot more that I'd never heard it before that.
Yeah, I'd never heard it. It's just hide in your bathtub, right?
It was always used under circumstances where, like in Boston, they had the Boston bombing, for instance, and they were telling everybody they had to shelter in place, which to me just sounds like some sort of Orwellian doublespeak or whatever. It's just a cover for this is a total police state. You have to stay inside your homes.
Martial law.
And the entire community is under arrest.
Right, and they literally had the police in fatigues and armored vehicles driving around the streets. In the case of Watertown, Massachusetts, remember, they were going inside people's homes without a warrant, just coming into people's homes and going through people's property, looking for these people that they wanted. And it did not seem like it was a consensual situation at all. Like they didn't appear to be asking people if they could go through their homes. And I'm sorry, but that is, to me, completely unconstitutional.
Yeah, clearly this is not asking.
And wrong.
San Francisco Mayor London Breed said that, effective at midnight, city residents would be required to stay at home except for essential needs.
Is that what the mayor sounds like?
That's what the mayor sounds. Yeah, I was playing Ian there momentarily. Except for essential needs, and that all but essential businesses and public services would be asked to close.
Oh, they're only asking?
Well, it said they would be asked to close at midnight on Monday. The order will remain
but it's an order.
in place.
Okay.
Yeah. So the language even of the article is confusing. Are you asking or are you ordering? Please define.
Or are you ordering somebody else to ask?
Many people are calling this the new normal, Breed said. It's the new normal temporarily in an effort to protect public health. One of my real concerns about this type of a situation is we know, and we've seen in the past, and we see it again and again, that there's nothing so permanent as a temporary government program.
Yeah.
And so they claim all this is temporary.
Mm-hmm. They'll bring it back. They're seeing how far they can go. Even if they do roll this back, they will come back with more, and they'll make it worse the next time. The next thing will be scarier, even though this isn't really, to me, any scarier than the flu. Sorry.
Yeah, I at least at this point, the numbers, show that it's similar.
It's a fraction of the flu.
855 450 free like freedom. Do you want your business closed down because people are afraid of the flu?
Let me ask you something. What are you doing when you put money in a 401k or IRA, or store jumper cables in your vehicle, or purchase health insurance? You're preparing. You're preparing to ensure you have enough money for retirement. You're preparing for when your car battery dies, or to have assistance paying a major unexpected medical bill. That all makes sense. The same goes for building a food storage plan. You're preparing for when emergencies or disasters strike and shelves go empty at your grocery store. The best way to prepare is with My Patriot Supply. They've helped 1 million hardworking Americans become more self-sufficient. My Patriot Supply sells hundreds of items, including dozens of emergency food kits at MyPatriotSupply.com. It could be an earthquake, a cyber attack freezing our banking system, or a disaster that shuts down our power grid for weeks. For all these emergencies and more, get your supplies and prepare today at MyPatriotSupply.com. No more rushing to find empty store shelves because you're too late. Do it now so you're ready. MyPatriotSupply.com.
Mortgage rates have dropped 25%, the lowest mortgage rates in years. So maybe you should drop everything and call Zoom Refi. Refinance your home now and slash your mortgage payments. Take cash out and save maybe hundreds of dollars every month. Zoom Refi mortgage rates are super low. Zoom Refi closing costs are super low. And Zoom, we approve you right over the phone, even for no income check loans. Big drop in mortgage rates. Big opportunity for you to save money. Call Zoom Refi Refi today. 888-291-9729. 888-291-9729. Save on mortgage payments. Save on closing costs. Call Zoom Refi. 888-291-9729. Advertising by marketing entity Zoom Refi. Zoom Refi is not a bank or financial company. Calls and other inquiries may be forwarded to third-party lenders who are solely responsible for reviewing, approving, and servicing any loan. Zoom Refi is not affiliated with any state or federal agency and does not provide mortgage advice or help. No income check loans are for investment properties only, and income must be sufficient to service debt.
We have some good news. The indictments against Ross Ulbricht in the District of Maryland were dismissed with prejudice, meaning they can never be refiled. This is especially good because those indictments contain the only charge ever made that Ross engaged in murder for hire. This was a serious allegation that Ross Ulbricht denies. It was never prosecuted or ruled on by a jury, but was trumpeted by the federal government and the media as if it were proven fact. The Maryland court held these indictments for almost 5 years, poisoning Ross's case and leaving him under a cloud of unproven allegations. As explained in Ross's appeal to the Supreme Court, the fact that the judge used these allegations to give Ross a draconian sentence of double life without parole violated his Sixth Amendment right to a jury trial. Judges are required to issue sentences based on convictions decided by a jury, not unproven allegations never even charged at trial. Although this is a positive development, the dropped indictment will not set Ross free. Now, a presidential pardon is Ross's only hope of freedom. Sign the petition at freeross.org. freeross.org.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and our main feed that includes everything. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
Yes, this is Free Talk Live.
The My Corona edition.
Oh, man. 855-450 free like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. With you in the studio tonight, it's myself, the captain.
It's Ian.
And the nobody formerly known as Rich Paul.
And to futurely be known as the governor of New Hampshire.
The future governor of New Hampshire, former future mayor of Keene.
I think this governor race, by the way, his website, electnobody.com, I think this governor race could really heat up here if nobody takes a firm, more pro-freedom response to what's going on here than this governor is, who is shutting down industry. This guy totes that he's big in favor of business, but he's shutting down business.
Well, I'll tell you what my response to this will be is, or this sort of thing would be if were I in office, is I don't know what's best for you. You need to figure it out. This is what I know. This is my cards on the table. This is the stuff they told me not to tell you. I'm going to tell you that too, and then figure it out. Because you know that every one of these officials is being told, you can't say that, you can't show your hand here. All this stuff ends up being classified. None of it should be classified. All of it should be in the people's hands so they can make the best decisions that they can make.
Yeah. What do you suppose is driving these officials, these government goons who are declaring these orders of businesses to close down? What do you suppose is driving the bandwagon?
Well, fear in that, and I feel the same thing. I feel a pressure even as a candidate to say, because you don't want to be wrong. You don't want to say, oh, this is nothing, and then 3 years later, 1 million people are dead. And it's like, you said this is nothing. So I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I don't know. But because of the expectations on the gang of thugs, placed on the gang of thugs, they don't feel comfortable saying, I don't know what the solution is here. They're expected to have every solution to every problem, and that's not how any of this works.
And in my experience, they never do. I can't name a problem that an organization of violence known as the government has solved.
Except for people they don't like being alive, which they make them dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, that and to me, I don't think not being liked by the thugs is a good reason that you should be dead.
These guys are sociopaths. I mean, why would anybody want to take their advice? Look at what they told you about good health, good nutrition. Remember the pyramid they had? Remember when they flipped it upside down? They're like, oh yeah, it should be like this. We'll just reverse everything we've ever told you.
Yeah, the 4-4-3-2. And my mom did that. She was like a volunteer on that. And of course, she's not a dietitian or anything. She doesn't know. She passed on what she said, what they told her to say, because she trusted them, and she felt badly about that later. But
same thing's happening now. People are doing what they're told because they believe that the state has their best interests in mind, and they don't. I was looking at, there were stories about parents, right? Like, all of a sudden they're being told, sorry, you don't get to send your kids to the day camp prisons anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Now what are you going to do?
Now what, right?
Yeah.
You've got two income families where both parents are working.
Right, because they have to pay the taxes.
And now they have to deal with either one person quitting, taking leave, or
finding daycare.
Or finding other but they're telling daycares to close, right? So,
are they?
Well, I assume
Wouldn't
they
surprise me.
It's a gathering of more than 50 people or whatever it is, right?
I mean, I can't imagine they're going to keep daycares open under the circumstances.
Well, now you got San Francisco that's doing a total crackdown, 24-hour curfew.
And some of the details about that
let's hear those.
Here right in front of me. Only police and fire departments, hospitals, grocery stores, gas stations, banks, and pharmacies and restaurants serving takeout and delivery customers will be allowed to remain open under the shelter-in-place order. This seems to be the most extreme version of what I'm calling a police action. This is definitely...
They say in the TMZ version of the story that it is just as extreme as Italy's solution, Italy's lockdown.
Yeah. Residents will be able to go to grocery stores and other essential services, but...
You will be stopped and asked. We must know, where are you going and why?
Your papers, please.
He urged residents not to rush, adding that stores will remain fully stocked. I mean,
if you can't leave the house, I suppose they will.
Is this socialism? Have we achieved socialism now?
Well, no, socialism would be state ownership of the means of production.
Sounds like he owns it if he's going to say
he owns the streets.
That stores will remain stocked.
Well, it's fascism in that particular case, because then it's regulated private ownership of production. In this case, the state gangsters own the streets and the sidewalks. So they get to put down clamps on wherever they want, checkpoints wherever they want, and do whatever they want. Because what are people going to do? Actually act like free people and go ahead and open their business anyway?
Reminds me of Cantwell's Nazis chanting, "Whose streets are streets?"
That's what's happened. These guys aren't any better than the Nazis.
This next sentence bugs me, but... it says the order further escalates the economic damage caused by COVID-19. The economic damage is not being caused by COVID-19.
So far, all the economic damage has been caused by the reaction.
Yes, thank you.
Where did I hear? I think it was in California. I don't know if it was San Francisco. Maybe it was LA. I'm not sure. But they were saying that the mayor of one of these California cities has declared the right to sort of take over hotels. For instance,
I did read that too. Yeah, they want to
turn
be
them
able
into
to
makeshift hospital facilities.
Yeah, they can just apparently commandeer a hotel or a motel or some other facility with beds and rooms and that kind of thing. And guess what? You're out of business. You're now a hospital bed.
And what happens after the so-called emergency is passed? Do they keep all the homeless people there?
Yeah.
Are all the hotels of California going to turn into homeless shelters after this? I would not be
and why does
surprised. I'd be horrified.
Why do one of these clowns get to decide whether or not my hotel has to close down to make room? Right? Who are they to close my business?
Right. And confiscate it, basically.
I wonder what the jail looks like right now in San Francisco.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
How packed up is it, and how much worse is it going to get?
A lot of jails aren't even taking people in now.
Really?
Yeah, they've actually closed
They're just turning people out with bail conditions?
Yeah, they're trying to avoid incarcerating
I'll tell you this morning
makes sense.
This morning I was going to go down to do the monthly jury outreach, and I checked the website, and they have closed for jury trials for 2 months.
Yep.
Wow.
So from now until early April, and I say 2 months, it's going to be this month's selection and next month's selection. They are postponed.
So what if you're sitting in jail waiting for a trial? You're going to sit there for another 2 months.
Yeah. Governments protecting and serving themselves well before they'll ever protect or serve you.
And you can try to challenge that in the Supreme Court, but they'll rule that that's still a speedy trial. It's only 2 more months.
Apparently, the San Francisco Bay Area is the region hit hardest by the coronavirus in the state. As of Monday afternoon, more than 280 cases have been reported in the 6 Bay Area counties of Alameda, Contra Costa, Marin,
of millions of
San
people,
Francisco, San Mateo, and Santa Clara.
Yeah, that area's got to be like at least 10 million, 15 million people. I don't know what the population is.
Of the 7 deaths reported in California, 7 deaths.
So that's maybe 1 in a million people.
3 have been in the Bay Area, 2 in Santa Clara, and 1 in San Mateo.
Oh, they're talking about all of California.
No, they were saying the 6 counties.
Yeah, all the 6 counties of the Bay Area, right.
Wow.
Monday's order came from the public health officials.
1 death per county.
Yeah. So, those numbers are, I mean, there's more veterans that die every day of suicide. Than, there's more people, I'm sure, dying of diabetes.
Yeah.
I don't see people sheltering in place because diabetes is going around.
None of the numbers that they're publishing support what they're doing and the level of panic that they're displaying, which says to me that either they're faking up the panic for some reason or they're lying about the numbers. It has to be one of the two.
Dr. Grant Colfax, San Francisco's health officer, emphasized there would be some give in the stay-at-home directive. You will still be able to walk your dog, go on a hike alone, or with someone you live with, or with another person, as long as you keep 6 feet away from one another. He also said that restaurants will remain open for takeout delivery, and residents will be allowed out to get food and care for relatives. You'll be allowed. What will you be allowed to do?
Not hug somebody, apparently. It's ridiculous.
855-450, free like freedom.
Gold has definitely been on the move recently, and there is no more secure investment historically. McIlvaney ICA has been helping people take delivery of precious metals and find storage options for decades. They've helped thousands of investors with their precious metal IRAs. Call ICA today for your free portfolio review at 800-525-9556 or download their free report online at ICAGoldSilver.com to learn how you can double your gold and silver ounces even within an IRA. 800-525-9556. ICAGoldSilver.com.
The next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to send, earn, spend, and exchange digital money in seconds. Send money around the globe with only a swipe. Instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with crypto. Multi-tiered masternodes allow everyone to partake in the network. Visit DivvyProject.org. DivvyProject.org.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at Bitcoin.com. That's Bitcoin.com.
What if you want to hear the latest episode of Free Talk Live, but all you have is your phone? you forgot to download our archive, and you have no data connection, you can call our Listen line at 641-793-0191. That's a long-distance number, so you may incur charges. If not, listen as long as you want. 641-793-0191. The Free Talk Live Listen line, 641-793-0191.
You're listening to the live edition of Free Talk Live.
You're listening to Heartland Newsfeed Radio Network, live 24/7 at heartlandnewsfeed.com.
This stream is supported by advertisers and contributions by you.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
This is the Liberty Beat, your daily source for Liberty news and activist updates. Produced in partnership with the SNLS Network and listeners like you. Online at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow with your latest edition of the Liberty Beat. Gold is trading at $1,675. Silver at $17.35. And Bitcoin is trading around $9,122. Today's gold, silver, and Bitcoin prices are brought to you by Brave Botanicals. High-quality kratom and CBD at reasonable prices with excellent customer service. Brave Botanicals is activist-owned and mission-driven. The Liberty Beat and Brave Botanicals believe so strongly in the power of kratom, we're giving it away for free. Just go to libertybeat.news/free kratom. This is the Liberty Beat at snlsnetwork.com. In the news, Operation Palladium has begun. Hundreds of agents from Immigration and Customs Enforcement have entered New York and other sanctuary cities in a fresh attempt to round up undocumented immigrants. Mid-Press News reports the directive, according to officials, is simple. Arrest as many undocumented immigrants as possible and flood the streets with officers. Beginning a 24/7 surveillance and detention program, ICE leadership has requested over 500 special agents who normally work fighting trafficking and organized crime to bolster the agency's numbers. That follows an earlier decision to deploy immigration SWAT teams to round up undocumented immigrants in sanctuary cities. New York Times reporter Annie Carrill shared a viral image taken through a peephole of a Bronx apartment, showing an ICE agent brandishing an assault weapon and demanding to enter. Carrill claims that the officers were going door to door, threatening to force their way in, and residents said they did not present a warrant, both breaches of the law. Ever wonder where we find all the news to report right here on the Liberty Beat? Visit snls.news to get the world's most censored media published all in one place. Save yourself from the endless time spent searching for reliable alternative media. SNLS News makes it quick and easy. No ads, no clickbait, just raw headlines, 24 hours a day. Visit snls.news and get informed today without the corporate media spin. Your news now continues. News of the coronavirus and the resulting potentially deadly disease spreading throughout the United States and across the world continues to develop rapidly. The Mind Unleashed reports that according to a map managed by Johns Hopkins, there are now over 101,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and nearly 3,500 deaths worldwide. The CDC, meanwhile, is reportedly refusing to test a nurse with symptoms that volunteered to assist with COVID-19 patients at a California hospital. According to a letter posted on Twitter by Dr. Eric Feigl-Ding, the CDC claims that she cannot be tested because she was properly protected during her time volunteering. Meanwhile, Dr. Feigl-Ding said that 22 million Californians are now eligible for free medically necessary COVID-19 testing. However, there may still be a discrepancy when it comes to deciding which situations warrant testing and which ones don't. As coronavirus panic hits the United States, a financial lobbying group is attempting to use the crisis to push through the deregulation of its industry. Mid-Press News reports the Bank Policy Institute, a Washington-based lobbying organization representing many of the nation's largest banks, released a set of proposals this week, the most important of which recommends that the Federal Reserve lower capital requirements to zero. That would mean banks could lend an unlimited amount without having any assets or wealth to back it up. It also advocated relaxing the so-called stress tests that force banks to show that they can withstand economic shocks. This, it claims, would help America fight the COVID-19 virus. The report's lead author was BPI CEO Greg Baer, former managing director of JP Morgan Chase. Support for the Liberty Beat is brought to you by the Homestead Guru. The Homestead Guru is an educational website offering tips, tools, news, stories, and commentary on everything homesteading. Topics include green homes, gardening, animal husbandry, do-it-yourself, home remedies, alternative energy, survivalism, unschooling, and more. Those details are found online at thehomestead.guru. This is the Liberty Beat, powered by the SNLS Network at snlsnetwork.com. I'm Mick Murrow, reporting for the Liberty Beat, reminding you, spread liberty with a smile.
Session again.
When I started therapy, I knew if I could make it through exactly 120 50-minute sessions with Dr. Warner, then all of my issues with depression and crippling anxiety would be gone. Next week, we're covering my parents. The week after that, we're wrapping up my trust issues, and then I should be good to go.
According to Vaughn, it took 40 sessions alone to fully resolve his feelings of inadequacy and low self-esteem resulting from an unhappy childhood. Vaughn's therapist, Dr. Susan Warner, told Onion reporters that she's pleased with her patient's progress and relieved that his long-time emotional and cognitive issues are nearly solved for good.
I told him that getting healthy would take at least 100 hours of therapy, and now he'll never have to see me again. Thank God for that. That guy was a real piece of work.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
Going into the third hour of this live Monday night edition of Free Talk Live. Our toll-free number here, of course, is 855-450-FREE, like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. In the studio tonight, it's myself, the captain.
It's Ian.
And nobody.
We've been talking about, well, many things, mostly surrounding the government's what I like to call dumb moves of doing everything, including what appears to be martial law, enacting some sort of orders for businesses to shut down, for folks to shelter in place, at least in the 6 counties that comprise the Bay Area of San Francisco. We've talked about Mr. Lemp, who was, by all accounts, murdered by police while he slept next to his pregnant girlfriend.
No, it's a legal taking of life when they do it, see? They're legal. Yes. It's okay. And one of 1,000, by the way, of likely innocent people that will have their lives taken. You know, if you go by the recent averages as far as the number of people the police murder, because I do agree with you, that's a good word, but they don't consider it that.
But this is Free Talk Live, so let's do what we do here and go to your calls and your thoughts.
Look at a pay raise.
We have Logan on the on-air call-in line. Logan, you're on Free Talk Live.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you having me on.
Sure.
How are you guys doing today?
Good. Thanks for being here. Go ahead.
I wanted to ask your guys' opinion on the guns that some of the states are proposing right now.
On the gun what that they're imposing? You dropped a few packets there. On the gun what?
Sorry, the gun sales restrictions that some of the states are proposing to put in effect along with quarantines and school closures and business closures.
Well, I would say that those are completely unconstitutional, and as governor of New Hampshire, I would, if those were imposed on the city or the federal level, I would instruct my forces to resist such unconstitutional action within the state of New Hampshire by either city or federal forces.
Well, with that being said, I mean, how likely do you think it would be for law enforcement, officers to resist the temptation to, like we saw, past few days, not go out and forcibly take people's Second Amendment rights away?
I don't know there are cops who would go either way, and there are cops doing it now But there are also cops who I think if they started seeing it being a more widespread practice would have a come to Jesus moment where they realize that what they were doing is wrong. I hope that there's enough conscience left in the police that eventually those of them who are doing that, those who are out doing things like killing Duncan Lemp, will realize that what they're doing is wrong and it's tyranny and that they're the reason that we need AR-15s.
Hello? Right. Well, Logan, thanks for the call tonight.
Sorry.
Yep, we appreciate it. We are going to go next to Mr. Mortified Penguin. You are on the air. Can you hear us?
Okay, I'm turning my Twitch. How you guys doing?
Pretty good. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I wanted to call about I kind of caught a bit of the end of you guys talking about authority and everything, and how someone can be an authority as someone you can choose to see somebody as an authority on something, and just kind of want to share my thoughts on authority. Basically, I came to libertarianism largely from listening to this show, and I wasn't sold on this radical libertarianism just based on the fact that the state is bad. The state is bad. The state must go away. I certainly don't work from that premise and then move backwards. But I thought about it over time. I looked more into it. I read into it. I talked to a lot of people online. And I mean, one way you can look at it is to see authority. Now, authority, honestly, you described it pretty well, but it certainly, I wouldn't say we're using the word authority like I see somebody as an authority on so-and-so subject because they have demonstrated, their credibility in something. And you really critique authority by saying, like, what's the basis of authority? Where, what is the basis of somebody having authority over you and over?
Well, we voted for them.
Yeah, or they say it's like the social contract, which is bunk no matter how much.
I'm still waiting to see a copy of it.
Yeah, I want to see evidence that I've signed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone can send it to me.
Yeah, or like, society must have it to function. Complex society must have it to function. No, that's just the way it's been. Only way it's been tried for, reasons because certain people benefit, or, any rational people would choose to do that, or, you would sign it voluntary if you're a rational person. Well,
see, I would not sign it voluntarily, so you can call me irrational, but count me out.
and I keep reminding people.
Could you voluntarily opt in to something which doesn't really have an opt-in option, and has armies and police and soldiers? Is it even possible? Would it be possible theoretically to opt in? No, you really couldn't.
And no way to opt out. I mean, nothing written. There's nothing written in this social contract or any government documents that say, here's how to opt out.
Yeah. That's all they have to do is, in order to remove the injustice from their system, is let people say, no, I don't want any part of you people. Just leave me alone, and I won't be paying any taxes, but just leave me be. And if they would actually do that, they would be on a much less problematic moral footing.
Yeah, but, their functions kind of require them to put a system down on everyone. It really is, it's really the structure of such an organization.
Well, don't you care about safety? I mean, safety is important.
Oh yeah. And you can look at the history of every regulation that is supposed to. I mean, there is certainly a group of people that are coming up with every regulation has all these reasons, and I think a portion of them are genuine, but every regulation for some reason seems to be written by the industry that is regulating the top players.
Well, not this one. I don't think the restriction on restaurants and bars was written by the Restaurant Association or the Bar Association. I don't think that they were behind this one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the Bar Association is something completely different from the Association of
the
Bars.
Hospitality Bar Association.
The Liquor Association.
Yeah. So, hey, thanks for the call tonight, Mortified Penguin. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just...
that's true. This latest thing is probably something that, I mean, the people who would benefit, like the stock I would be buying would be Domino's Pizza and any place that's primarily delivery driven.
What about like Instacart, right? The grocery delivery service?
DoorDash is going to be doing buku business right now.
Oh, yeah.
I got to imagine.
Unless or until they get shut down.
Too bad they don't take crypto.
Yeah.
You think Uber, Lyft, stuff like
Uber
that?
Uber has what's called Uber Eats, which is their version of DoorDash.
Right.
I don't know who came first. I've never used any of them.
I'm just wondering what sorts of industries we'll see spikes in. We'll see some spikes in technology, of course, as more of these businesses take the safe precautions of asking more people to work from home and do telecommuting work. So they'll need software tools, they'll need VPNs to accomplish these types of things.
Streaming movies, I think, will be big.
I bet I'll see an uptick in that.
The Royal... I can't remember what it's called, but the big movie theater chain,
Royal Cinemas or whatever.
Some theaters
Royal
being shut
Cinemas.
down.
They shut down. They're not going to be in business, so people are going to be streaming a lot of movies. Watch Rick and Morty. RickandMorty.com.
What is the most recession-proof, coronavirus-proof industry? Give us your calls and thoughts here at Free Talk Live. More coming up.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynovite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynovite.
Dynovite is nutrition.
Pick up 2 bottles of Lico-Chops. Get the 3rd bottle free.
New improved Lico-Chops with omega-3, omega-6, vitamin E.
And now, 6 extra direct-fed microbials.
Even better for the digestive tract and immune system.
Try Lico-Chops. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
I can definitely say that I have found the best cryptocurrency wallet. Certainly the best named one. I'm Mark Edge, and I love the Edge wallet. I've been using it for the last few months. You can buy, sell, trade, and hold your cryptocurrency securely. I trust my holdings of all the major cryptocurrencies to Edge wallet, and you should too. No long phrases to memorize, just a username and password. Secure your freedom with Edge wallet. Get it now on Apple or Android in the App Store or at edge.app. Do you want to work from home, get paid, and forward Liberty all at the same time? Free Talk Live is looking for account executives and appointment setters. If you've got a phone, a computer, internet connectivity, initiative, and a belief in the non-aggression principle, you're qualified. Earn up to $85,000 a year full-time, $25,000 a year part-time. Set your own hours, work from home, spread freedom. Join our team and work with one of the biggest leaders in the Liberty movement. Apply now at sales.freetalklive.com. Sales.freetalklive.com.
Bitcoin.com has launched a trading platform at local.bitcoin.com, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin Cash via dozens of payment methods like PayPal, Venmo, bank deposit, remittances, or meeting in person with cash. There are no ID requirements to sign up for and use the site, and all communications between buyers and sellers are encrypted. Finally, a global trading platform that respects your privacy. Visit local.bitcoin.com to get started trading Bitcoin Cash. Local.bitcoin.com.
Hi, I'm Clint Webb, and I'm running for Senate. I have a short cropped haircut, a pretty enough yet accessible looking wife, and a newborn baby that I've dressed in a suit to prove to you that I mean business. For the last 15 years, I've lived my life in such a bland, uncontroversial, and repressed manner that it's almost unnatural. Why? Because I've been preparing to be your representative since I was a child. Most well-adjusted, sane men would be hesitant to take a job where their decisions would so drastically affect the lives of so many. But not me. I possess a sort of sociopathic narcissism that makes me think that I should be in charge of everyone. But all of that needs to start here at home, in this beautiful state that I've grown to love since I moved here 18 months ago. Together, we can piggyback some of our state's legitimate needs onto my unquenchable lust for self-glorification. And that's a promise.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm. So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com.
Some of our live shows are streamed in HD on Twitch. Please follow and share at twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live. It is the live Monday night edition. Our toll-free number here, of course, is 855-450-FREE like freedom. That is 855-450-3733. Tonight in the studio, it's myself, the captain.
It's Ian.
And nobody.
And we have been, well, all over it. Obviously, the coronavirus continues to dominate current events.
If we've been all over it, we should probably disinfect it before it's used again.
That's a good point. We probably should. Do we have any Free Talk Live hand sanitizer?
You brought a bottle in here. I think it might be still around. Yeah, it's over there. Interesting. Who knows what it's worth?
Yeah, we could. I mean, we might be sitting on another gold mine.
You could auction. Maybe it'll go for a whole Bitcoin eventually.
There you go.
Either because Bitcoin keeps going down or the price of it continues to go up, or both.
We've talked a bit about what appears to be some sort of martial law going down in the Bay Area of San Francisco.
Coming soon to an urban area near you. Because if they can get away with it in San Francisco, they're going to get away with it anywhere they want to put this in place. So get ready.
Okay. I forgot. The thing that I would say, though, is so many people are misspelling that as martial law, M-A-R-S-H. ELL or whatever.
It's like the martial arts.
We really should be, martial arts, martial law. We should really harden that T a little bit so people know that we're talking about of or pertaining to the military, which is what the word martial means.
I breezed right over it also, but in all of our talk tonight, we've talked about Mr. Lemp. What was his name?
His name was Duncan Lemp.
His name was Duncan Lemp. We've talked a little bit about him arguably being murdered by police while he slept next to his pregnant girlfriend.
I don't think how it could be even argued. I mean, if you shoot somebody in their sleep, that's freaking murder.
I agree. But in addition to that, the part that I forgot, or at least I've only breezed over, is apparently Canada is also closed.
Yes. A lot of countries are closed.
They flipped the sign around. They said, we're closed. Apparently, they've closed their borders to anyone other than Canadian citizens, permanent residents, and at least for now, U.S. citizens. So,
they're
for whatever
closed.
reason, U.S. citizens are still.
Yeah. That's interesting. I wonder why they decided U.S. citizens were okay. Because I always kind of thought they didn't like us.
Maybe it's the commerce thing. Let's do what we do here at Free Talk Live, and let's go to your calls and your thoughts. We have Crypto Frontier calling in on the Discord on-air call-in line. You are on Free Talk Live. What's on your mind?
Yeah, so it's crazy times out there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, it's bonkers, man.
We can learn a lot about who we are and who our neighbors are in these times of crisis. I was surprised to learn recently that the New Hampshire governor is banning restaurants, bars, and other public gatherings. Is that the case?
That is true. In fact, we had an article from, I believe it was the local Boston station reporting on just that. We discussed during the first hour. So it is true. As of midnight tonight, bars and restaurants are only allowed to serve to-go or delivery types of items, and they cannot have people gathering in them. So I know that liquor, it's pretty high markup. Bars generally make most of their money on the liquor sales. So I don't know how some of these people are going to stay in business for long.
They're not. People are going to get laid off.
Yeah.
And they're going to close.
And you never know how brutal they're going to get on this. I mean, I've seen footage of Chinese police and military like breaking into rooms where people are playing mahjong and like smashing up the tables and just completely destroying the place because you're not allowed to get together and play mahjong in China anymore.
Well, were you guys surprised to hear that? I thought the live free or die state would be one of the last to fall to this chaos.
Yeah, it's very disappointing.
Well, Ian, weren't you saying recently that, I mean, normally in these types of situations, New Hampshire either waits until...
There is no normal for this situation.
Well,
this is completely unprecedented. This has never happened before.
I understand. I'm
true.
talking about reactions the government has to things.
Well, earlier in the week, the governor had said, keep getting together, keep having your gatherings. He hadn't declared a state of emergency. And the next day, he completely reverses, declares a state of emergency. Yeah. And then the next day, it's a restaurant ban.
Yeah,
or 2 days later.
As a guy who lives in this state, I do not appreciate the governor not following the live free or die motto. However, it's just another illustration of the horrible, horrible organization named government that does nothing but violence to other people.
Yeah. I mean, it was going pretty well here as well. And then suddenly they declared a state of emergency. I'm in the Mariana Islands, for those of you who don't know. And on Saturday, we just had a marathon. And most of the people came from a marathon.
Marathon.
People came from Korea, Japan, all over to come to this marathon. And the government was like, we're not going to give in to the fear. It's going to be fine. Then the next day, there was a public health emergency. So it also happened pretty fast here, although it's not as bad. There's no restaurant bans.
That's good.
Mark
but he did put a restriction in
right
on the pricing, so you can't raise prices on on a lot of consumer goods and services there in the Mariana Islands. So you guys, I mean,
which is frightening because you got to figure if your wholesalers will raise their prices,
right,
or they'll run out,
right.
I can tell you, I bought some overpriced hand sanitizer yesterday.
How much did you pay for it?
I paid $4.
For what size bottle?
8 ounces.
What's that normally go for? I don't buy the stuff.
Probably normally in the $2 range, maybe $2.50-ish.
So are you saying that people are violating the price fixing rule the government put in place?
Yeah.
Good for them.
The rice was selling for $40 at one store. Normally it's about $16.
Wow.
So there's no enforcement here for many things. So they can say no price gouging. The governor, as part of his state of emergency, said that he's going to ban like flights. But that's the U.S. FAA is the only one with authority to do that.
Are flights coming in at this time? Are people flying in still?
Yeah, there's a couple airlines. It's mostly the airlines that are canceling the flights. There's some from Japan, and United through Guam still has a bunch of flights.
It's been a month, by the way, since my flight was ostensibly canceled, and I have yet to receive any kind of compensation for that.
You still haven't got your money back?
Yeah, it's been a whole month.
Bro.
Yep.
What the heck?
Yep. Crazy.
Well, yeah, just
keep us in the loop, will you, Alex, on further developments from down there. Do you think Mark's going to be able to leave? He and his family are supposed to be flying out of there in another week or so.
Yes, the tickets aren't canceled yet for the family. So currently it's United. They're like, yeah, we're in America. Why would we cancel the flight? So we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's a pretty crazy world out there, and stay safe.
Wow.
All right, Alex, thanks for the call. I think it's going to get more dumb. I just have a feeling That's generally how
Dumb's
these things
being
go.
too kind, honestly. I mean, it's going to get more dangerous. It's going to get more police state. It's going to get more
I'm trying
arresty.
to keep it radio-friendly with my language, but yeah, it's going to get worse before it gets better. 855-450-FREE.
The next generation wallet is coming from Divvy. In just a few taps, you'll be able to send, earn, spend, and exchange digital money in seconds. Send money around the globe with only a swipe. Instantly exchange between Divvy, Bitcoin, and fiat right in the mobile app and withdraw directly to your bank account. Divvy already offers the first one-tap solution for earning passive income with crypto. Multi-tiered masternodes allow everyone to partake in the network. Visit DivvyProject.org. DivvyProject.org.
Gold has definitely been on the move recently, and there is no more secure investment historically. McIlvaney ICA has been helping people take delivery of precious metals and find storage options for decades. They've helped thousands of investors with their precious metal IRAs. Call ICA today for your free portfolio review at 800-525-9556 or download their free report online at ICAGoldSilver.com to learn how you can double your gold and silver ounces even within an IRA. 800-525-9556. ICAGoldSilver.com.
The Shire Free Church offers a sanctuary to those seeking an escape from state churches.
The Shire Free Church is an interfaith, diverse group of people that may not share identical theological beliefs. As a member in or minister of the Shire Free Church, you are a sovereign individual and may be the faith of your choice.
We don't claim to have all of the answers.
We are open to all peaceful people.
We want to learn from each other.
What unifies the Shire Free Church and its diverse members is peace,
love, and liberty. There are many paths to God, one for every individual.
The Shire Free Church does not define a specific path beyond those parameters that must be your foundation.
Peace as your way,
love as your guide,
and liberty as your light.
Learn more at church.shiresociety.com.
That's church.shiresociety.com. The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount. So you've heard all 3 hours of the latest episode of Free Talk Live, and you're still hungry for liberty-oriented audio content? Did you know that we have another 24/7 audio stream at LRN.FM? The Liberty Radio Network airs the latest episodes of some of the best liberty-oriented podcasts on the internet around the clock. In addition to recorded content, you'll also hear live shows like Free Talk Live, originating from our Keene, New Hampshire studio. So listen anytime at LRN.FM. That's LRN.FM. Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this, right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, connect with others via the forum at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
Love what we do? Please help support our international satellite channels at patreon.lrn.fm. That's patreon.lrn.fm.
Yes, this is Free Talk Live, the live on-air radio call-in program where you can take control of the airwaves
Do it.
Our toll-free number here is 855-450-3733. That's 855-450-FREE, as in freedom. With you tonight, it's myself. I am the captain.
It's Ian.
And nobody.
And before we continue our show tonight, I want to take a minute and thank Chris Grigio for being a gold amplifier. And if you don't know what an amplifier is, it's our AMP program. It stands for Advertise, Market, and Promote, AMP, Advertise, Market, Promote. And you can find out all about it at amp.freetalklive.com. But it's a program where we ask for $5 a month. Some people give more, some people give less. And if you do contribute, we use that money to advertise, market, and promote this show. So if you're enjoying this show, if you find value in it, we ask you to consider donating $5 a month to help us get this program on more radio stations. Right now we're on just over 200 radio stations. We could be on more. We could be on 250. We could be on 300. It's really all up to you. That's amp.freetalklive.com. Thanks again, Chris Grigio. We couldn't do it without you, literally. We have been talking tonight about all sorts of things, mostly surrounding the coronavirus and the politicians' reactions, the near martial law or otherwise termed martial law.
Well, what would make it martial law for you? If you don't think it is martial law, at what point will it be? Where will that line be crossed?
Are they lying?
Well, you need to figure that out.
I guess in my head I have this sort of weird, post-apocalypse martial law thing where they have like armed guards at every corner of every block and that kind of thing.
So if it was every other corner, then it wouldn't be martial law?
Technically, generally, it becomes martial law when it is literally the military as opposed to the police are out in the streets.
But as long as you just put them out as police and they have camouflage uniforms on, then it's totally not martial law.
Well, it's not about the color of the uniform. It's about the chain of command.
Well, let me tell you, it'll still feel like martial law, even if it's a bunch of people calling themselves the police.
Oh yeah, well you can get you can have some very nasty
martial
police states before you ever get to martial law.
Yes, we have various politicians telling people what they will and won't be allowed to do under their new conditions for remaining a citizen, apparently. We've talked about this happening in many cities, many counties, many states across the region known as the United States of America. Also, Canada has closed, apparently, doing the same thing thereabouts as we're doing. So
I think we got some folks waiting, though. Can we get to this?
We do. So, but we will continue to do what we do, and that's go to your calls and thoughts. We have Josh in Springfield, Illinois. Josh, you're on Free Talk Live.
All right, so I have a question about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So with the prices down, is right now a good time to start mining if you're not into mining right now?
That is a good question. I myself, I don't know if I'd be mining Bitcoin, but there certainly
because it's difficult to mine Bitcoin, right?
Well,
it takes a lot of work, special equipment.
It does, and a lot more investment to really get up and running with that specific coin. But there are other coins out there that you might as well take a risk on if that's a thing that you want to do.
I believe there's a website called What to Mine, and I don't remember what the URL is, but it's called What to Mine, and it addresses like which cryptocurrencies are the most profitable to set your miner to. And that might be a good place to start if you're interested in getting into mining. But keep in mind, there's a lot of power that most cryptocurrency mining requires because it's what they call proof of work. And so your computer or your graphics card has to really crank through a heck of a lot of work, and that costs money. It costs power bill money. So unless you've got free power or very low cost power, it may actually be a loser of a game to get into the world of mining. So it's really something you need to look at closely before you just kind of throw into it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it says
I don't do it personally.
It says you're calling from somewhere in Illinois, Josh. So I don't know what the price of electricity is at there. I know that there was Bitmain opened up a shop out in Washington State because the electricity was cheap. So you kind of have to look out for these kinds of things. I don't know if anybody's having success doing solar-powered mining. I'm told that the maintenance and upkeep of a solar-powered rig to mine is a bit of a task, and that might be preventative to some people. But as always, do your own research. You might be onto something. It could be a good time.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thanks for the call, man. Appreciate it.
I'll keep listening on
Thanks,
my
Josh.
station.
Have a good night. Let's move right along to... Let's go to Mike in Gold Bar, Washington, listening on KBKW. Mike, you're on Free Talk Live.
Hi, Captain.
What's going on?
How are you doing tonight? So I live out in Gold Bar. You know where that's at on the way to Stevens Pass.
I do.
Okay. So it's pretty much a ghost town right now, even skiing this weekend, and there's a lot of snow up on the pass. Nobody stopping on the highway on the way home on Sunday. But I wanted to tell you about my martial law experience when I was younger and in the Army. I was in Korea for a year or so. And that was in the early 80s, and that was not long after whoever their leader was assassinated or something. I can't remember.
Okay.
There was riots and everything. So there was martial law in order, and I don't know if it still is, but it's a couple of experiences. One, they would come on the buses, literally the ROC soldiers with machine guns, and check everybody's papers, in case somebody was defecting. And I was way up north. The other thing they did, from time to time, they would black out the entire country. Literally, it was the law to turn out your lights, like to simulate a bomb raid, just like so the whole country was practicing. And then the other thing, I was out past midnight after I was enjoying a drunken, disorderly evening on the town.
Nice.
And I was literally drugged to the MP station by the ROC soldiers, and I wasn't prosecuted. I just cut a lot of grass for a month because my first sergeant made sure of it. But those were three things that happened just in a year. So I don't think it's come to that here, but I think if this thing gets any stupider, like you were saying, it could start getting to where they are like our bars are still open here, but I think it's a matter of time before that's not going to be happening.
So wasn't there some news out of Washington State? I thought, Captain, you had said that
I thought it was out of the whole Washington State. Let us take a look.
Maybe it's just they're still open today, because like here in New Hampshire, they're still open today, but at midnight tonight, the order goes into effect.
That could be.
Inslee statements.
Interesting, though.
Now, here, check this
anyway,
out.
I'll let you guys go. Thank you.
Thanks for the call.
All right.
Have a good night.
It says here, Governor Inslee's statement on statewide shutdown of restaurants, bars, and limits on size of gatherings expanded. So this is in the state of Washington. Governor Jay
The limit
Inslee,
was expanded. I suspect that means it will actually be as far as it's increased it has lowered the number of people that can be together.
Yeah,
this says specifically restaurants will be allowed to provide takeout and delivery services, but no in-person dining
starting as
will be permitted.
Do we know when this takes effect? Immediately?
Tonight.
Okay.
It says,
so that's why the bars are still open.
March 15th, 2020, right?
That would have been last night. That March 15th was yesterday. So
yeah,
maybe
that's what this says.
Maybe
so
when he says they're still open, he means you can still go do takeout.
This is from the Washington Governor website itself. So, I don't know how much more of an official outlet we can get.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're all still open in that you can do takeout, supposedly.
Right.
Can I take it out to the
people may be disobeying.
Well, if so, I want to know who they are. I want to know which business owners are actually disobeying this so we can thank them for their service.
Yes, please.
I don't want to know who they are because I don't want it to go over the air and possibly direct law enforcement to them, but
they'll catch wind of it eventually.
I want to know they're out there.
Yeah,
they'll find out.
King County announced that they will be taking these actions effective immediately. King County has been the hotbed of this outbreak. And
Wait, is this just King County or is this the entire state of Washington?
So it was a decree by the governor of the state, but King County said they're going first. They said, "Ooh, choose us. We'll do it first." So
is that the Seattle County, King County?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
855-450 free, like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. More of your calls and your thoughts coming up.
Hi, I'm Dan Pilla. I started fighting the IRS over 40 years ago when they tried to seize my mother's house. I sued the IRS and won. I beat the IRS then, and I've been beating them ever since. I wrote the book on tax debt settlement, and I've helped thousands of people deal with tax problems they thought might never be solved. I can help you too. If you owe taxes you can't pay, don't wait another day. There's no such thing as a hopeless tax case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX or go to my website, danpilla.com. That's danpilla.com, danpilla.com.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? Search results are usually the first impression that people form of you or your business, so make sure that they create a positive impression with Reputation Defender. What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with Reputation Defender. Call 800-831-0771 now. That's 800-831-0771 for your free reputation analysis. If you have negative material from an ex-employee, upset patient, or former client, newspaper article, legal issue, social media, or other source showing up in your search results, you can combat it with Reputation Defender. Our dedicated experts in patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-831-0771 to learn more. 800-831-0771. That's 800-831-0771.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon you'll need a plan and place to survive. Forget bunkers. You're not a live underground gopher. You need survivalist camps, the ultimate fully functional, off-the-grid mobile survival bug-out house that's well-equipped and custom-built to outlast any other RV or trailer. Bold statement? You bet. See them now at survivalistcamps.com. That's survivalistcamps.com. Trust your family's survival to survivalistcamps.com.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market. Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com. If you want to know the latest about Free Talk Live before we go on the air, all you need to decide is how you want it delivered. It's your choice. Visit news.freetalklive.com to receive our usually weekly news updates by email. Plus, we have a Twitter account at twitter.freetalklive.